Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Week 2 of the CISN Football Pregame Show. I'm your host, Blake Walker. We thank you so much for joining us once again on another beautiful Friday night of football. It is gorgeous. Weather has been great all week. Little rain on Thursday, but we'll take the sunny skies here on this beautiful Friday evening. We're excited to get going this evening. We got a lot to go before we get to your game this evening. We're going to talk about our Player of the Week from last week. We're going to talk about a couple of the games going on tonight. We're also going to chat with some of the coaches ahead of tonight's game. Rankings plus much more. You're watching the CISN Football Pregame Show. Let's jump right into our Player of the Week from Week 1. Our CISN Player of the Week for Week 1 goes to Ankeny Centennial's Braden Jackson. 237 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. And get this, 200 of those yards were in the second half. That's how good he was. And boy, was he big in the win over the Ankeny Hawks. You can see just making guys miss, a tough downhill runner. And really, once he got going, it was very apparent that Ankeny was going to have a hard time stopping the run. Good breakaway speed, just kind of long strides. They lost a bit at the running back position last year, but clearly Jackson has fit in perfectly. Good lengthy size, and boy, he can just take off when need be. Braden Jackson, phenomenal in Week 1 win versus Ankeny. See another big run here on the outside, breaking away somehow, someway, staying in bounds and scoring the touchdown. Take a look at the replay one more time. Great blocking up front, but an even better job tight roping the sidelines. Braden Jackson is our Week 1 CISN Player of the Week. It's time to take a look at some rankings, everybody's favorite, week by week. And brought to you by Radio Iowa. These are their rankings to start week number 2. The Valley Tigers are the new number 1 team after defeating Southeast Polk, giving Southeast Polk their first loss to a team not named Ankeny since 2019. Unbelievable. by the Valley Tigers. Dowling Catholic in at number 2, a very dominant showing over Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Waukee at the 3rd spot after a big win over Ames. Ankeny Centennial defeats crosstown rival Ankeny, who was number 1 last week. Centennial up to the 4th spot. Southeast Polk drops to 5th after the loss to Valley. Ankeny to 6th after the loss to Centennial. Cedar Falls gets a big, very impressive win over Cedar Rapids Prairie. It was their first game at their new stadium. It was a beautiful stadium. Looks great. They get the win. They're at number 7. Cedar Rapids Kennedy drops to 8th after the loss to Dowling Catholic. Johnston takes care of business against Waukee Northwest and goes to 9th. And Bettendorf defeats Pleasant Valley for the 2nd straight year, this time in overtime. And the Bulldogs come in at the number 10 position in the Radio Iowa Top 10 poll for Class 5A. We're going to toss to a quick break, and then we will be right back with your coach interviews and much more. You're watching the CISN Football Pregame Show.
The deals are hot this month at DeArmond Ford Indianola. New 2024 F-150 XLTs with 3.9% for 60 months, plus up to $8,000 off MSRP. Get $6,000 off or 2.9% for 72 months on new 2024 Expeditions and new 2024 Edge and Escapes, both with 1.9% for 60 months, plus up to $2,075 rebate. No payments for 90 days on all new Fords at DeArmond Ford Indianola.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 of a qualifying Trane home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
And welcome back to the CISN Football Pregame Show. I'm your host, Blake Bakker. It's time for our coach interview segment of tonight's pregame show. I had a chance to sit down with Coach Kopatich and Coach Bakker of both Waukee Northwest and Waukee ahead of their big crosstown rivalry this evening. Here with Coach Kopatich of Waukee Northwest. Coach, thanks for joining us this week. We'll talk about last week, 28-17 loss to Johnston, but I look at a game that you were leading in the 4th quarter with a very young team, and then unfortunately couldn't close it out. But how would you evaluate week 1 against the Dragons? Like I said, very young team, all things considering.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough loss. Obviously wanted to win that game. I thought we had a chance there at the end. We took the lead. Had a kick return late for a touchdown that called back as a penalty. But ultimately, we just didn't quite make enough plays to win the game. So disappointing the loss, but I mean, I thought we gave great effort and our kids played hard. So I mean, there was a lot of positive to take away from it, but it's kind of got to put it behind us and move on to next week now.
Were there any big standouts that kind of surprised you? It's week 1. You never know. You have a sophomore quarterback. You had a junior running at tailback. You had a pretty young wide receiver core. Was there anything that surprised you this week or past week that gives you positives going forward here in the next couple weeks?
Yeah, I mean, you never know what to expect going to that first game. But, yeah, I was pleased. Like you said, we have some young kids playing. I mean, a sophomore quarterback for him to come in. I thought he played pretty well. We had a sophomore wide receiver, that Jordan Green, that had some really incredible catches and had that late kickoff return that got called back. So yeah, I thought those guys stepped up for being sophomores. I thought they did a great job.
So you get a big one this week. You won this game last year with plenty of drama, plenty of, a lot of excitement around that one. Now you have to go to Waukee. First of all, how do you keep everybody focused? Because everybody hears the outside noise. They talk to each other on social media, blah, blah, blah. How do you keep everything focused in what happens on Friday night?
Yeah, I mean, it is a big game for us, a big game for our community. And really, I mean, we played a big game last Friday against Johnston. So, it was a big crowd there. And so I think we're kind of used to that at this point. I mean, we played in the same game last year. It was a big crowd. It'll be a fun environment. I mean, these kids, they're lucky to get to play in this. Not many high school kids get to play in this type of environment on a Friday night. So, we really try to tell them, just, hey, we seem to have a good week of practice, ignore the distractions. Ignore all the outside noise. A lot of people that have, no effect on the game whatsoever will be, saying things, one way or the other. So we just try to ignore all that stuff and just stay focused on having a good week of practice and getting ready to play on Friday.
Awesome. Coach, we appreciate your time. Good luck to you and the Wolves here on Friday night.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Here with Coach Bakker of the Waukee Warriors. Coach, thanks for joining us this week on the CISM football pregame show. First of all, congrats on the win last week, a 59-14 win over the Ames Little Cyclones. Dominant, to say the least. I kept checking the score, and I was like, well, are they gonna hit 60? I wasn't really sure what you were going to do, but walk me through week one, what you saw from your team and how they responded after last season.
No, I was pretty proud of our kids to kind of start it off the way we did. It was great to start the season with a opening kickoff touchdown. We returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown. Jaden Jeter did, and then we let them come back and score. Ames drove it right down. They kind of had a couple good broken plays from their quarterback, gained some big chunk yardage, and punched it in. Actually got a 2-point conversion, so we were down 8-7 after that. But then we played pretty efficiently offensively. We were able to score on every possession in the first half. To finish the half with a 48-yard field goal from Magnus, which was good for him to get a field goal in the game. So I was really happy with the effort offensively. Defensively, it took us a little bit to figure it out, but as the game went, I think we settled in. We have a lot of new faces over there, and they played hard and flew around.
It's awesome. I noticed one thing that really jumped off the stats is Bakker obviously didn't run a lot. Only one carry for 10 yards. I felt like last year you kind of used him a lot in the running game a little bit. This year really opened up the passing game. So he's in his junior year now. He feels like he's been there forever because he has obviously started as a freshman. But is that kind of the goal that you're trying to get to him? Obviously, you bring in Maverick Inman. He's an absolute weapon at the wide receiver position. But for Beckett to be able to open that game up and be able to pass the ball, and he can still run the ball, but is that kind of a big thing that you wanted to push forward and be like, let's establish a good passing game?
Yeah, I think so. I think just the growth of our whole team offensively in the summer, you could see it kind of trending that way where we could throw the ball a little bit more. Obviously, it's just one game, but hopefully we can continue to make things happen in the pass game, which only helps our rushing game, which has been the strength of our offensive program in the last 3 years.
Absolutely. You got a big one this week. Waukee and Waukee Northwest fell short in this one last year. It was kind of one of those tough ones to swallow, but this year you get it on your home turf. How do you keep everyone focused this week? Because everybody's looking on social media. Everybody's talking to each other. How do you get your guys focused and dialed in for Friday night and kind of separate that outside noise? Or is it possible, in high school like this?
I'd like to say that you can tune out all the noise, but you can't. I mean, with 16, 17-year-old kids, you hear it, especially being in the same town. But I've told them that we can't get too high or too low, and also let all the talking and those types of things be handled by everybody else. We can only control what's inside those lines on Friday night, so that's what we got to focus on. And I know the kids are excited. Kind of been circled around just from the way it happened last year. Waukee Northwest is a great program. They play hard. They're well coached. So I think every year it's going to be a great football game, and I know we're all excited for it.
Awesome. Coach, we wish you the best of luck. Thanks for joining us today, and good luck to you and the Warriors here on Friday night.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V-Plow and Impact Straight Blade. With the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals. So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
And welcome back to the CISN Football Pregame Show. Just one more thing to go, and that's telling you what is on the Central Iowa Sports Network this evening. We'll start with Ankeny Centennial and Ames. Going to be a good one this week. Centennial coming off the big win over the Ankeny Hawks. Ames coming up short to Waukee. We'll see if the Jags can keep their offense rolling. Waukee versus Waukee Northwest. Unbelievable matchup last year. We expect the same this year in the second edition of this rivalry on the gridiron. It's going to be a fun one over in Waukee. And then the rivalry of all rivalries, the best rivalry in the state of Iowa. Dowling Catholic versus Valley. Dowling Valley, Tigers Maroons. This is going to be a good one at Valley Stadium. Should be a really fun one for a Valley team coming off the upset of Southeast Polk. And Dowling Catholic looking surprisingly good against Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Expect a good game this evening. Well, that will do it for us here on the CISN Football Pregame Show. I'm your host, Blake Walker. I'll be calling Waukee Northwest tonight. If you are not watching that one, we hope you're watching one of our other two games this evening. Thank you for watching the CISN Football Pregame Show. We appreciate you so much. Enjoy the games. We'll see you next time. Welcome to Waukee, Iowa, home of the Battle of Key and tonight's crosstown football rivalry matchup. It's Waukee versus Waukee Northwest here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Blake Walker, John Schaefer with you here this evening. John, second time these two teams have played in these schools' rivalry on the football side. Last year, Waukee held a big advantage but blew the lead, 17-7 in the fourth quarter. Northwest came back and won. Waukee, they feel better. They feel stronger. They're excited for this one tonight.
And they opened with a big statement win against Ames in week one, blowing the little Cyclones out up there. And then on the other side, Northwest with a tough matchup in week one, falling to Johnston. So both enter in opposite sides of the record books. But another interesting facet, we'll talk about this in the broadcast too, the leading receiver last year for Waukee Northwest in Mr. Maverick Inman is now a Waukee Warrior. Of course, last year with Northwest, he had 750 yards receiving, 8 touchdowns, including one in this matchup. But the Warriors now have him. He's a hot target for Gabe Baker's son at quarterback as well in Mr. Beckett Baker.
It's going to be a fun one to watch. I mean, Inman scored in this game last year as a Northwest Wolf, and now this year you said realistically has the chance to become the first ever player to score a touchdown for both teams. You know he's going to be on top of it. I look at the other side, Matt Keitland, a sophomore at quarterback. Waukee Northwest has been very senior-heavy the last couple of years. Matt comes in, just a sophomore playing quarterback. But Coach Kopatich really likes this kid.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got a big arm, big shoes to fill after last year, as you mentioned, a senior-laden Waukee Northwest team with high aspirations, really built off of the win over Waukee last year to kind of gain some momentum. This year, though, he's got a lot of youth around him. Offensive line's got to give him more time in there, and also you got to get a running game going. Otherwise, life is hard at quarterback if you can't establish a run.
It's going to be a fun one. Waukee Northwest won the first ever matchup between these two teams last year, 20-17. That was on the Northwest side of Waukee. Now we're on the other side. Waukee and Waukee Northwest, the biggest rivalry in the state, one of the biggest rivalries in the state, coming up next. We'll take a break and we'll be back for your kickoff. You're watching Waukee versus Waukee Northwest on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 on a qualifying Train home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
Save big at DeArmond CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeArmond CDJR Ames. DeArmondAmes.com.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 on a qualifying Train home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
Welcome back to Waukee, where Waukee and Waukee Northwest, the second edition of this rivalry here on the gridiron, will take place this evening. Blake Walker, John Schaefer with you here this evening. Waukee in all black, Waukee Northwest in all white. John, this is a huge game. I mean, this is sold-out crowd on both sides. Students take up almost half the bleachers, at least on the Waukee Northwest side, obviously a little bit smaller, but boy, this is the place to be here in Central Iowa. It sure does feel like.
Yeah, if there's a power grid somewhere that might be a little short on energy, just tap into this place. I mean, we had Waukee up here in their student section basically getting hyped up before on this side of the field. Of course, we are on the west side of the stadium. Across the way, in a much smaller bleacher, but still just as jam-packed, is the Northwest student section and their fans. I've said it before the game when we were chatting. Love to see them expand the stadium a little bit more, but, man, the energy is ripe.
Couldn't find a parking space. I mean, that's how strong it was. Where I parked, I could see everybody else started parking. It is a night to remember here at Waukee High School, and the Warriors would love to take a victory here on the gridiron against the Northwest Wolves.
Absolutely. And, you know, to be honest, Blake, it's one of the first nights it feels like fall. Starting to kind of chime into that early fall feeling. Of course, highs in the 70s today. Going to dip down into the 50s tonight. Of course, by the end of the game, we could be around mid-50s, which, football weather smells crisp. You love it. It's that time of year. And, of course, rivalry week, not just here. We got Iowa State this weekend as well. Across the state tonight, you got some great matchups, too.
Dowling Valley will be keeping an eye on that one. Ankeny Southeast Polk, that's over happening at Pleasant Hill. We'll try to keep our ear to the ground on that one. All across the state of Iowa, a lot of great games. One thing I noticed, because the football season started a little late, no City High versus Ames this week. That's next week. I don't know how we messed that up.
Yeah, that, especially with Ames going down to Centennial tonight, kind of loses that little bit of the Cy-Hawk Trophy mini game that they always play, and that's always been a fun one to cover in my day back in TV. Of course, it's been a fun one. Ames down a little bit this year, still trying to find an identity. They're up at Centennial, and the Jags last week put a drubbing on their rival, Ankeny. Sure to do that tonight against Ames, but here it's rivalry night, Waukee Northwest versus the Warriors of Waukee.
Andrew Kivlin will be the one to kick this one off for the Wolves. And the Battle of Key, the second edition of this rivalry here on the football field, is off and running, and this will be taken by Jaden Jeter on the far sideline, and he'll be wrapped up at about the 16-yard line. And out will step the Waukee offense, led by their junior quarterback, Gabe Bakker, and he is seasoned, John, ever playing since a freshman.
Yeah, and Dad, as coach, you know that's going to make a difference as well. And, of course, Gabe, the head coach for this team, when I moved back to Des Moines, was down in Pleasantville. He's been around the state a little bit, but has made a nice home here at Waukee and certainly created an identity for this team that many wondered if they could really sustain the excellence we had seen prior to the split. It's taken a little bit of time, but this year they are a team that many consider a potential Unidome player.
Beckett Baker is the quarterback, 321 yards, 3 touchdowns and no picks last week. He'll start out with a pass to the former Northwest Wolf, and there goes Maverick Inman down the sidelines and brought down at the 46-yard line. Great start for the Waukee Warriors.
Just a little bubble screen, going to bounce it, find a seam. Great blocking out on the edge as well for Waukee. Another look at it. Again, gets an army deployed out there, and then Inman's got some speed, sheds a tackle before being taken down just beyond the 45, but looks like it's going to come back due to a hold or an ineligible man downfield. Let's find out.
Holding on number 71 of Waukee. That is going to be a call on. I don't see a 71 on my roster.
Don't have a 71 on mine either.
So he'll go unnamed. Possibly meant number 73, actually. That's Andrew Hine, the junior offensive lineman. That's the only 70 I see on the.
Well, and when you're 6'5", you're going to stand out a little bit. So now that'll set them back just a couple of yards on this first down.
Yeah, they get lucky. It's only going to be first down at about 11. And another whistle is blown. Looks like the start of the Ravens-Chiefs game last night. And we'll have another whistle here for
Clock's been a little touchy. I noticed it was started running before kickoff, and then they left it running a little. Again, we're only in week 2, trying to get some kinks worked out.
It's the first home game of the year for Waukee, so yes.
You know, some adjustments to be made, Blake.
All right, so it'll be first down and 12. Baker will go a handoff near side. This is Grant Gamble, and Gamble runs into a herd of offenders, and the ball came out. Waukee Northwest is on top of it and down inside the 5.
Sure looked like that play was dead to rights, but Waukee Northwest pounces on a loose ball. That's an oddity for Gamble. Another look at this one. Runs off the left side, takes a hit here, and it looks like it just gets punched out last second by the defender on the backside.
It looks like it was punched out by Blake Ludwig, the DB, and then Jack Vineyard, the D lineman, picked it up, and Waukee Northwest is inside the 5 already. What a mistake by Waukee's offense.
Well, and Blake, we know in these rivalry games, throw records out the window, throw the stats out the window, because both teams come out with some extra emotion. Gamble trying to power over a guy.
Handoff, Heitland up the middle, goes Northwest, and a tough push to the pile. That's number 22, Ryan Woodruff. Was their backup, pretty much main back last year in this game last season between these two, and he'll get down to about the 1-yard line.
Yeah, he only had 373 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns in 23, but 15 carries last week. A big night for him.
2 fullbacks. Woodruff again, near side, stood up. He did not get there. He is short again, and it'll be third down, and I'd say inches, as the Waukee D-line showing some muscle early.
They've got some size on that D-line side of things for Waukee, and, of course, it's low man wins in this battle. Of course, now I'd look for something to maybe bounce outside.
Gavin Schleier's back there in the backfield. It's a quarterback keeper up the middle, and that's a touchdown. Waukee Northwest is in. Mac Heitland keeps it himself, and the sophomore gives the Wolves the early lead.
It's a great play call. You got to appreciate Waukee Northwest not going to a shotgun set. How many times have we seen that over the history of high school football? Just get under center, rumble behind that offensive line, and over the goal line goes Heitland, and Waukee Northwest strikes first here.
What a start for the Wolves. They'll line up in a fake, now move into position to take the kick. This is Landon Steffi, the senior, 2 of 2 on PATs last week in the loss to Johnston. He'll await the snap for a chance to take a 7-0 lead. Snap hold, kick on the way. It's right down the middle. A fumble forced by the Waukee Northwest defense puts them inside the 5. Mac Heitland and the offense finish the rest. 7-0 Waukee Northwest on top of Waukee. We'll be back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here, and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Alrighty, welcome back to Waukee Stadium. Waukee and Waukee Northwest. That one goes back to the back of the end zone for a touchback. John, take us through our keys to the game. We'll start with the Waukee offense, who we didn't get to see a lot, but our keys for the game for them.
Yeah, absolutely. For Waukee, you just got to stay level. And already we've kind of seen some of that emotion coming out, but a rivalry game against your bitter rival in Waukee Northwest, keep those emotions level. You got to step on the throttle early here. We saw that great pass to Maverick Inman, fortunately taken back by a hold. Keep to that type of pace, and then you got to play warrior football. You cannot let Northwest dictate pace or how this game goes.
Well, we saw the offense move. That hold pulled them back about 20 yards. Bakker on first down will fire outside. This is caught by Evan Jacobson, the tight end who gets upfield for a couple yards. He is a highly touted recruit on both the basketball court and the football field. He is a big dude.
Well, Jacobson's name is synonymous around here with success on both the basketball and football court, of course, or basketball court, football field. Brother Michael had a couple of tryouts between Indianapolis, the Seahawks over the years after his basketball career wrapped up.
So they give him 5 on that one. Jeter in motion. They go a handoff to Gamble. Grant Gamble going to use his strength to get up the field, and that's a first down. Gamble is a hard runner. He can make guys miss an open field. Keep an eye out for number 21. Big to get him back this year.
1,000-yard rusher last year. Those are tough to come by, especially this day and age of running backs, but certainly showed some jump there and had a big hole to work with.
Bakker, a man who was forced to run a lot last year. He only ran once last week for 10 yards. Kind of moved and transitioned into a passing type of quarterback this year at least. Gamble gets the carry again on first down, and he'll get about 2 yards as Waukee Northwest defense is there to swarm him. We'll see if Northwest or Waukee will like to open up the passing game. That was big for them last week in the win over Ames.
Andrew Eastman doing a good job getting downhill there at safety for Northwest to get that tackle and not let Gamble get ahead of steam. The kid's got some weight to him too, so you know when a running back like that gets the legs churning, he's going to be pretty tough to bring down these days.
Northwest on their opening drive on defense last week. Johnston moved down the field pretty well on them, so obviously forced the fumble last time. That helps ease the team maybe a little bit and obviously puts a lot of pressure on Waukee. Here's second down and a little ways to go. Bakker looks to roll out, fires downfield. This is caught by Maverick Inman at the sticks. That's enough for a Waukee first down. Nice play by Maverick Inman to come back and get the ball.
Just nice little out route or a little comeback there, and Bakker puts it right where it needs to be. No one in the area. Inman secures it. Easy move of the chains there, and Waukee getting some pace and some obviously some momentum going on this offensive drive.
And not seem too stagnant on the passing game and on the rushing attack, trying to keep it balanced so far.
Bakker can scoot too, so watch out for those legs if you need them.
Gamble on a draw. Busts this one to the right side. Makes another man miss. Grant Gamble off to the races on the far side. Stiff arms a man and is down inside the 25. That's what Grant Gamble can give you on offense.
Don't doubt the big man's footwork either. Jukes a defender. Safety coming down to try and make the tackle. Hits that hole, and then I will see you later. Maybe a little bit of a block there to help him. And then a strong stiff arm carries the defender for another 5 yards. And we're inside the 25 for Waukee.
And how about his quarterback getting up the field and doing a really nice job? Bakker stayed with the play all the way. It's first down and 10 at the 22-yard line here for Bakker in the offense.
Run off the left side.
Yeah, Gamble again gets the carry. Makes a man miss, stays on his feet, and just continues to churn the legs forward. Clearly has not let the fumble get to him.
No.
Went back to the sideline. I'm sure he was told, just keep your head in it, and gets ahead for a couple more.
It's going to take more than one man to bring him down tonight, and he's shown the strength on the stiff arm. He's going to be a tough guy to bring down all night. And if you're Waukee, this plays right into your hand and a great response here after what was an atrocious outcome on that first drive.
Northwest with the lead, 7-0 after that fumble. Waukee has responded well, like he said. Second down and 3, Gamble again. This time going to run into traffic, though. Second effort gives him about a yard. It'll be third down and short for the Warriors.
A little less push up front. That's just a good job by those nose guards and those tackles on the defensive side of things, just clogging up holes and not giving Gamble any room to kind of juke around and bounce around until he finds a seam.
Got to keep out here on the bottom of your screen, bottom left of your screen. Maverick Inman on an island out here for Waukee.
Assume man coverage down there, one-on-one.
Third and short. Snap count almost gets Northwest to jump.
Loading up that box. They've got 8 in it. And the safety looking downhill, and Bakker wants a timeout.
Waukee doesn't like it. They'll take a quick breather. We'll take one with them. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Waukee inside the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone here. It'll be third down and about 2 from the 14-yard line for the Waukee Warrior offense. 2 wide receivers out to the right. That's Tavion White and Jaden Jeter, and then Maverick Inman and Jacobson here on this left side. Grant Gamble is the back. So a couple yards to the marker here. Obviously field goal territory, but Waukee would love a touchdown. On third and short, Bakker wide open to Jacobson. Touchdown, Waukee.
Beautiful route there by Jacobson. Just a nice little slant over the middle, and Bakker finds him wide open.
And it is a beauty pass right over top of the linebacker and Jacobson. How about that start for Waukee's offense?
Again, just a junior, obviously getting some attention at 6'6", and, you know, football might be his calling. Basketball certainly could be a calling as well. He's going to have his options, and a touchdown there. It's a great answer, but a blocked PAT will make this a 7-6 ball game.
You saved me because I was about to say Bruning went 8 of 8 last week. And he did, but Waukee Northwest with the blocked PAT, and it's 7-6. We'll be back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional-grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Waukee drives down the field after the fumble and gets him within 1 after the block PAT by Tanner Jackson, the linebacker out of Northwest. Kick is sent back deep. Jordan Green and Isaiah Oliver are back to return. This is actually Jordan Green, excuse me. Green gets upfield to about the 19-yard line. That is where Northwest will set up shop. Northwest, we didn't get to see their offense much. They started inside the 5. What are some keys to the game for the Wolves?
Again, same thing as Waukee for key number 1. Stay level. Keep those emotions in check. They paid off early, but you can't let that kind of dwindle. Avoid turnovers. They're already +1 in the turnover battle. Sustain that, and then you've got to contain Bakker. At quarterback, he can do a little bit of everything. If it's going to be that easy for him, it could be a long night for Northwest.
Mac Heitland, the sophomore, will hand off to Ryan Woodruff. He got a big hole off the left side, but boy, he took a hit. Got upfield for about, I'd say about 5.
Nothing wrong with a little old-time football there, laying some lumber.
Ryan Woodruff, a junior, played last year a lot as a sophomore, 15 carries, 57 yards last week in the loss to Johnston. Wide receiving-wise, it was Jordan Green, the sophomore, 2 touchdowns, 118 yards. Had a heck of a day against the Dragons. Heitland wants to go right back to him, decides less of it. Takes off and slides down smartly for a gain of about, and they're only going to give him 1 from where he slid.
The slide starts, not finishes, unfortunately, and at least when they slide feet first.
And I give him credit. I don't see a lot of high school quarterbacks slide. I'm going to be completely honest, but
live to fight another day.
Yeah, didn't want to take the hit. He had Jordan Green open on the near side, decided not to take it. Elliott Comey over there on the far side. On 3rd down, they go to Woodruff up the middle, and he's going to get the first. So Coach Kopatich not afraid to go to the ground game here on 3rd and about medium and gets the first down.
Carter Johnson, the safety there for Waukee, tries to get downhill, just doesn't have the reaction there as they went into a cover 2 zone. And ultimately, it was a strong run to pick up that first down. And Northwest now trying to answer right back.
First down again. This time nowhere to go. Wrapped down in the backfield, number 24, Gage Lofthouse, the senior linebacker.
Gets beyond that line, breaks through, and again, nowhere to go. You're going to take a loss here. The handoff to the left side. He comes downhill from the linebacker position. No one picks him up, and you are not going to get an easier tackle than that at linebacker.
That'll be one of those you look at the film room on Sunday and just kind of hide your head in your shoulders. That's a tough one to swallow if you're Waukee Northwest. 2nd down, and they're going to give him about 2 to the marker, so 2nd down and 12, not 2nd down and 36 like it says on the board.
Trips bunched right there.
Heitland will take off and get a couple back to the original line of scrimmage and a yard more, so it'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Wolves. And I know they love the ground game, but feels like you're going to have to go the air here.
Yeah, and with Heitland just a sophomore last week on 15 of 23, they know how to throw the ball. They've got some weapons. Again, you mentioned Green out there too, but this Waukee defense and their secondary in particular has some size, some length, and some speed to contend with.
They're going to put number 19 in the backfield for the Wolves. This is Isaiah Oliver back with Heitland. On 3rd and long, they'll go to Oliver. Here on the near side, he might have wanted to throw. Instead, he takes off upfield, takes a hit, ball's on the ground, fight for the ball. Whose is it?
Sure looked like Waukee jumped on it, but that ball
Warrior ball!
Carried like a loaf of bread out there as he was trying to make a move and just gets stripped out of there. See if we can get another look. Coming up with it is Ian Samples, and here is that swing pass. It was going to be a nice little pickup.
Yeah, it was going to be a first.
Leave him with 5, but that ball getting left out there.
That was number 1.
Talon White making the tackle, stripping it away, and then as I mentioned, Ian Samples with the recovery. And Waukee back into it. We got the sledgehammer out, and that will have Samples' name on it until the next turnover that goes Waukee's way.
Well, it was a great play, but the Warriors are glad to take a fumble back their direction.
Again, those emotions,
Yeah.
Blake, we talked about it and the 3 keys there, and now Baker going to try and go right back to work.
Baker on 1st down. He's going for the bomb. Maverick Inman in stride inside the 15. Waukee is in business.
Look at the touch from Baker down the sidelines. You cannot dial up a better time than that, and Inman watches it all the way to the hands. Thing of beauty.
Boy, a nice stutter step to start the route. Oh, what a throw.
Put it right where his receiver could get, and only Inman could get, and that sets up a red zone trip here for Waukee.
Foot on the gas. 4 minutes to go here in your Metro red zone, Metro and heating and cooling red zone. Ball's out again. Is this Waukee's ball? I think it is. We'll wait and see. Yep, it is. Well, yep, it's Waukee ball, but if that was Gamble, that's his 2nd fumble of the day. No, it wasn't Gamble.
It was Drake Lambertson on the carry there, and he's gotten some carries. 7 last week for 50. Actually led the Warriors last week. Had a touchdown as well, but some ball security issues on both sides.
Can't really blame the heat. You can't really blame the cold. Just kind of one of those things. Obviously going after the ball. It'll be 2nd down and 11 here.
Let's give some defensive players some credit here.
Yeah, it has.
They're getting after it.
I know it seems like we're up and down the field, which we are, but
4 wide here.
Gamble is the lone back with Baker. 3:06 to go. They send Gamble out in motion. Baker with time, going to step up, and he's going to go down. They'll get him about 2 yards, but he's wrapped down from big number 44 for Northwest. That is Jack Vineyard.
just nowhere to go for Bakker there. Really nice coverage by Waukee Northwest, trying to run a little bit of a rub route on top of that formation. Doesn't quite work. You didn't get your guys crossing at quite the right time to create that space, and ultimately Bakker says, you know what, let's live to fight another day.
3rd down and 9. Is it 4-down territory? The first down's all the way at the 3-yard line.
Well, you've got a blocked PAT in the back of your mind if you're Waukee.
Yeah, you do. Play action fake. Bakker with time. Here comes the pressure. Fires. Hit as he throws. It's caught. Touchdown. Jaden Jeter.
Goes up and wins the jump ball.
Take a look at your replay. Somehow Bakker got rid of it. And it was just misplayed by the DB, and Jaden Jeter really didn't have to move.
Michael Dunnigan, it looked like out there in coverage, just got his feet tangled up under him, and Jeter just goes and gets it. Bakker with that Hail Mary heave, we'll call it there, and oh boy, Waukee having plenty of luck go their way now after that early fumble.
This one is not blocked. Bruning puts it right through the uprights. 13-7. Waukee on top of Northwest. We're having fun, can you tell? We'll be back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Walkee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Walkee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Oof. Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Bruning sends this one deep. Ooh, it does not get to the end zone in time. He'll take the penalty, and Northwest will get some good field position here to start the drive. Blake Walker, John Schaefer with you here this evening here at the Waukee Stadium. John, it's been a good one so far. You talked about it, 5 drives and 5 drives that have ended in some fun.
3 touchdowns and 2 fumbles.
There you go.
One of those fumbles was returned down to the 2, which led to the Waukee Northwest touchdown on a 2-yard run. And then, of course, Waukee has answered back with back-to-back drives, going for scores, of course, shorter field after the fumble down here around the 50. But boy, oh boy, has Bakker been sharp.
Oh, my
that
goodness.
pass to Inman I will have dreams about. I think most quarterbacks would too.
Be on a nice recruiting reel, I can tell you that. Play action fake. They go near side to Oliver. He fumbled last time around, but they give it right back to him, and he gets upfield for a first down. Nicely done by Isaiah Oliver.
Yeah, good confidence there from Coach Kopatich to go right back to Oliver, let him shake out that fumble and let him know, hey, don't worry, man. Keep going. We got a long game ahead of us.
Well, and he didn't catch a pass last week against Johnston. So here's Woodruff up the middle. He's got good lanes. I mean, that's a gain of about 5 or 6. I don't think Northwest wants to abandon the run by any means. I like what they're doing here on offense.
You cannot panic this early in this football game. You're only down a score. Stick to your game plan. Run the ball. Eat some clock. And just remember, things are going to take a turn here or there.
Heitland going upstairs for Oliver and can't come down with it. Great coverage by both Waukee defenders. Jeter was back there along with number 23 for Waukee.
Jamal Richardson-Williams out there on the edge coverage, and he did a really, really nice job. Nice little over-the-top help there from the safety, but Williams gets the hand in there to break it up.
And for Oliver Wood, like we just said, not catching a pass last week. He sure is a big part of the game plan here.
And I think they're just trying to find Heitland some targets, right? You've got to get some rapport and some comfort for him. Otherwise, because he doesn't have Inman this year to go to.
This is a sophomore quarterback on the road in one of the crazier environments he'll play in. Woodruff on 3rd down. That's not going anywhere. Maybe a couple, and it'll be 4th down in, you'd think, punting territory, but based on Northwest, they scored on a 4th and 6 last week. They're going to stay on the field.
4th and about 3 yards here to go, and I like the play call, and maybe it's a little soon for it, but you're at the 50. It's a coin flip one way or the other.
They might try to get him to jump, actually. 4th and 3. Heitland's under center. That looks like exactly what they're going to do. I don't think you're going to see a snap here. 14 seconds on the play clock.
Unless he's got the Aaron Rodgers hard count.
I don't know. Doesn't look like it's going to work. Coach Kopatich will take a timeout. We'll take one with them. Waukee on top, 13-7 over Waukee Northwest. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 off a qualifying Trane home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
Welcome back to Waukee Stadium. It is 4th down and 4 is what they're going to call it. 4th down and 3. Northwest has kept the offense on the field, a.k.a. they're going to punt. I didn't see the punter back there. So they're going to punt. Inman and Jeter back there. I don't hate it early in the game like this.
And try not to send one into the end zone here. Wind at your back.
On the way. Jeter backs off. And it dies right inside the 10. Down to the 9, to the 8. Nicely done by Waukee Northwest.
Some Tory Taylor type English on that
was really
one.
Nice.
And that will be where Waukee starts things off.
So 2 touchdowns and a fumble for the Waukee offense. And if it wasn't for the penalty, they would have been almost past the 50 on that first drive. So the Warriors got to like what they're seeing on offense. Northwest are going to have to figure something out, maybe force a turnover or something, but good starting territory for Northwest defense.
Yeah, at this point you got to get a little pressure on Maverick Baker back there and just kind of make him press a little bit more, I'd say. But I'd expect a big dose of Gamble down here inside the 10.
They line up like it. Plenty of men up on the front line. Gamble on the halfback draw makes a couple guys miss, and he's upfield already. A first down to get him out of the inside 10, as I should say. So how about that? Grant Gamble getting the job done, and Waukee moves the chains.
Quick first down, and boy, does that make it hard on your secondary when, especially if you go into a play action at all, you're kind of creeping up as a safety, and before you know it, Inman might be going deep on him.
Yeah. He's got Inman and he's got Jeter out here on this near side. As Gamble and Baker stand back there in the backfield. Number 19, Sage Yazzie, a tight end / D end, also in there for an extra blocker on the right side. 1st and 10, Gamble. Another good dose of him up the middle, and only going to get about 2.
Yeah, just those little chunk plays, some chip away, and again, we're going to head to the second quarter here in about 10 seconds anyway, so Waukee, I think, is going to let it carry there.
Well, what a wild first half, 13-7. The final score of last year's game was 2017. Waukee was ahead in that one, came up short. Northwest trailing early, but we got a good one here at Waukee Stadium. We'll be back for your second quarter. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Walkee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Walkee. WaukeeChevy.com.
A
fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Waukee and Waukee Northwest, the Battle of Key tonight. Blake Walker, John Schaefer with you here this evening. We're Waukee on top 13-7. Bakker play action pass to Maverick Inman here on the near side. Inman's going to get upfield for a couple, going to come up just short of the marker. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
That was the first play that we saw in this game tonight, was that same little swing pass to Inman. Northwest does a much better job getting to the ball, shedding blocks, and really making this a 3rd and short.
Well, the way Coach Bakker plays, I was expecting Inman to just toss that thing down the field. You just never know. 3rd down and 1 for Bakker in the offense. They'll go to Gamble. Grant follows his blockers upfield, and he's got a 1st down for the Warriors to move the chains.
I'd say if Waukee's operating in 3rd and 3 or less, I'd probably call it pretty likely that they're going to move those chains the way they've been operating on controlling that offensive line.
I don't think Gamble has a loss of yardage at all in this one. I mean, it's just been good downhill running. Waukee's got to like what they see here so far. And besides the fumble, I mean, it has really been all Waukee. Could easily be 20-0 if you think about it. Bakker, play action fake, misses outside to Maverick Inman.
Maybe rush that one a little bit, I'd say. Inman wasn't quite to his break yet, and I know that's more of a timing play that I'm sure Coach Bakker wants him to hit more often than not. But, again, harmless miss. Just leaves you with the 2nd and 10, so see if they can pick up 6 or 7 here and make it a 3rd and short.
And at this point, Northwest would love to force a punt. Have yet to do that tonight. Waukee's offense has been rolling. 10:57 to go here in the 2nd quarter. On 2nd and 10, Bakker calls his own number on the QB draw, and this is actually going to work out really well for him. He's got the 1st down and more. And a late hit. No, yes, there goes the flag. I didn't see it, but a late hit and a couple more flags start coming.
I think you're going to get a flag on Coach Bakker as well for flying in there and getting in the near sideline referee's face about no flag being thrown. These might be offsetting penalties.
Well, we talk about emotions being in check. I didn't think we had it on the coach, but it's his son.
And maybe I'm wrong on this. Maybe it was just a late flag from that sideline. But
he's about to announce here. Late hit out of bounds on Northwest.
Okay.
So no flag on Waukee.
So, again, we talked about the emotions, and let's let this play out all the way to the end of the play because, again, it's just fine up until that extra throw there by Austin Van Horn. Van Horn maybe letting his emotions get the best of him and, giving Waukee 15 yards after that. Just not what you can do in this kind of game.
And I think in a moment, Coach Bakker turned into a dad and said, hey,
and probably a coach.
That's my son, and that's a coach,
I'd hope any coach is doing that for a QB after that kind of swing and throw. There's Gamble's
your loss,
first loss of this game.
Really good penetration up front by Waukee Northwest, number 97. That is Anil Hiko in the backfield.
Just a junior D lineman for Northwest. Again, young team all around.
I think preseason polls next year, they'll be top 5 easily. I don't care what they do this year. It's just that's kind of how the CIML rolls. It's just whatever you return.
And Heitland's going to I've liked what I've seen out of him.
Yeah.
He's been sharp as a QB. He's made right decisions. So, but Waukee clearly just has pieces that are a little bit more superior right now.
Bakker downfield again. Maverick Inman sliding play. They get a good chunk of it back. It'll be 3rd down and 1 as Maverick Inman continues to be the go-to man.
That's close to a 40-yard pass going from the far hash all the way across to the far sideline. And what an arm and what a catch by Inman. Inman's just rolling right now.
And you got to wonder what it's like for him, up against his former team, former teammates. All these guys know each other across each other from the ball, but something to think about. 3rd down and 1. Expect Gamble. Yep, here it is. Got a good block, makes a cut up field, and he's all the way up to the 25-yard line. Waukee just continues to show force on the offensive side of the ball.
Little shimmy, little shake, and he didn't really have to do much other than that because he had a giant hole to work through and pick up that first down.
Warriors continue to move the ball. Set up right at the 25-yard line. Maverick Inman is the one here on the near side. And I believe that's Sage Yazzie out there on the far line with Jeter. First down. Baker sets his feet. He's thinking end zone. Maverick Inman caught. Touchdown. Waukee.
Nice little pat for a fan there.
The former Wolf is going off against his former team. Check out the throw by Beckett Baker.
Just drops it into the bread basket, and not a lot you can do there for Josiah DeYoung to try and catch up. And boy, I'd love to see the first half of that route to see how he got that separation. I know Maverick Inman's fast, but he's got some footwork too that's going to help him. And Waukee now with a 2-score lead, trying to build it to 20-7.
Kick is on the way, and it's blocked again. So Waukee will have something to think about when it comes to practice this week. Northwest continues to hang around. I mean, that's 2 points off the board, so we'll see what happens. We'll take a break. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Save big at DeYarman CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeYarman CDJR Ames. DeYarmanAmes.com.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 off a qualifying Trane home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. That kickoff is going to go to the back of the end zone, and it is 19-7 Waukee. If it wasn't for the fumble, John, I think, this could be a bigger score than it is, but Northwest, they're going to have to get their offense rolling right now, just very stagnant.
Yeah, they punted the last drive after a 3-and-out, or was not a pretty drive by any means, and they pin Waukee deep. The flag pickup, the throw down on the sideline was a big part of that drive, but Baker's been sharp. You have to answer back here, otherwise you're right. This one goes ugly fast.
Woodruff gets the call on first down. Gets a good chunk of yardage. I'd say give him about 4 on that one. It'll be second down upcoming for the Wolves. Heitland in the air, not really much to speak of so far. It's been a lot of Ryan Woodruff on the ground.
And you're going to have to move the ball. Find a way to move it a little differently here if you're Waukee Northwest.
Second down and 6, 8.5 to go in the first half. Heitland going to fire outside and nowhere to go. Waukee reads it the entire way. That was caught by number 5, Michael Dunnigan. And it was Tavion White to make the play in the backfield.
And that time, Waukee Northwest just not able to get out there fast enough to get their blocks. Those screens can work, but you got to give your team time to get out there and set something on the edge. But Waukee gets to the ball so quickly.
On a pass like that, didn't really want a lob play. Heitland going to roll out, nothing going. He takes off upfield, and he's going to be really close to the marker. I think he's going to have a first. They might have to measure it. Nope. Near side judge and the back judge says that's a first down. And Northwest moves the chains. That's what you like to see out of the sophomore, Mac Heitland.
Heady by Heitland there and protected the ball, too, on his way down. And so I think, take the chunks you can get. Take what Waukee gives you here. Understand what they're doing and trying to take away deep passes. And they're going to load up the box pretty regularly here as they put another 6 inside of it.
So fresh set of downs. Play action fake. Heitland going up on the post. He's got a man. It's caught. Inside the 25. What a pitch and go by Jordan Green.
Well, you talked about him earlier in this one. Green has been quiet all night long, and just on cue, Heitland says, hey, Bakker, anything you can do, I can do. Throws one over the top, and Green with the big pickup down to the 24.
Touchdown saving tackle by Jamal Richardson-Williams. So Mac Heitland showing off the arm a little bit. First down at 10. Woodruff near side. Ooh. He's wrapped down. Jeter with a big play before he could get past the line of scrimmage.
Jaden Jeter's been all over the field, and there he flies into your screen at home. Watch him just come downhill out of a safety spot. He's just going to get in and say, nope, not going anywhere. And Gamble's like, hey, guys, can I get somebody to block him for me?
Julian Sweeney checks in, the senior. He had 5 carries for 4 yards last week against Johnston.
Sorry, that was Woodruff, I think, on that carry. Either way, he wasn't happy. Clock ticking down inside of 6:30.
Still got 2. I didn't think he got past the line of scrimmage. Heitland rolling. Everybody's covered, so he fires short and misses his intended target just short to Gavin Schaller.
There we go. It's all right. It's getting dark. Hard to read a score.
We'll turn our lights on. We have lights back here. We'll turn that on here at halftime.
Then we catch a glare. Quick notice to fans.
It is sold out. I mean, there are people standing along the fence line. There is no seats. I was walking up just before we started, and everybody was just frustrated. They were like, well, there's nowhere to sit. I mean, this is a sold-out game.
Establish your presence early, and another timeout here by Waukee Northwest, which I think means we're going to head to break as well here. Again, 19-7.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Take a look at the Waukee Northwest student section. Southeast Polk on top of Vankey, 7-0. There's a look at the student section for Waukee Northwest, all white. I mean, they're like top 10 biggest school in the state of Iowa. They're going to have a huge, huge student section that takes up almost half of the road bleachers. They're excited here. It's 3rd down and 8, though. Here in the waning minutes here of the second quarter, 6:25 to go. Northwest would love a score. Heitland back to throw. Going to check it down short to Woodruff. Not even close. Maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down and 8. Now, we saw Northwest go for it at about the same exact position last week against Johnston, and they scored. John, do you take the points here?
I think you take a field goal when you can. Make it, a 9-point game. Wind has died down, so kicking north here is not going to be as difficult or as challenging as it would have been about an hour ago.
Now, Kopatich just used a timeout. He's got 1 left, but they're going to go for it.
I like the call here, honestly. You're down 2 scores. You haven't shown a sign of being able to stop Walkee.
Heitland back to throw, tossing up on the post for Oliver. Caught!
Wow.
Touchdown, Waukee Northwest!
That's great coverage by Jamal Richardson-Williams. Just better catch by Oliver. Gets a little separation there, gets the hands up, and another look at it as Heitland goes up over the top. Nice separation by Oliver on the outside. Gets his leverage, fights off the hands, and says, that's 6, sir.
Again, Oliver did not catch a pass last week, and he's already got a touchdown and has looked really good on a couple deep balls.
Another 4th down touchdown for Waukee Northwest as well tonight.
Snap, kick on the way, and it is good. 19-14. Northwest is not going to go away easily. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here, and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens poly furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
What a ball game, 19-14. Waukee on top of Waukee Northwest. Boy, it looked like the Warriors are going to run away, but the Wolves have responded well. This is a really short kick. That's a live ball, and it is dropped on by Jeter at the 20-yard line. Boy, that was almost a perfect.
I think that was the plan there. A little bit of a botch. Not going to call it a botch, a squib, a high squib there, and really nobody on Waukee wanted to go after it. Next thing you know, but boy, what a fun game we've had tonight, Blake. I mean, I think we've got more highlights in the first quarter and a half than we could have in many games this season.
It has been a wild one so far. Now, John, the biggest thing I'm curious is Northwest really hasn't stopped Waukee's offense. Besides that fumble on the first drive, Northwest, your offense can get going, but your defense has to get a stop here eventually.
You got to keep Maverick Inman in front of you if you're a safety, and you got to keep Gamble from getting ahead of steam. Talk about two tall tasks just by themselves. Combine them and look out.
Grant Gamble got through one blocker, somehow keeps it going. That football, though, is sticking out there a little bit. We'll get a couple on that one. Be second down.
Gamble, Griffin Gamble comes to mind, too, as a wrestler back in the day for Waukee, and a tough kid as well. I'm not sure if they're related. I'm going to assume they are, and we know what happens when you assume things. But here we are. Again, tough kid, tough runner, picks up a couple.
5:43 to go here in the first half. What a game between these two crosstown rivals. Bakker up on the post, one-on-one to White, and it just goes out of the reach of the wide receiver.
Talon White's got some speed and certainly showed it there.
Boy, the junior can fly, that's for sure. And Beckett, who really hasn't missed any throws tonight, just out in front of that one. Did have a step.
Yeah, Tavian White, they've got some speed on this Waukee team. And, boy, I'd match them up against anybody in the state at this point and say good luck.
Third down and long. This could be the stop that Northwest is looking for. Three wide receivers on the near side. Bakker calls his own number, breaks through a couple holes, and he's got a first down. I said he only ran once last week. Clearly might have been part of the game plan to not show Waukee Northwest his hand.
Well, and Gabe Bakker does a great job calling this play, and honestly, Coach Kopatich probably needs to put another hat in the box. He only rushed three, thinking that, it's an obvious passing down, and what's Bakker dial up but a run and picks up a big chunk of yards.
And you hate to use a spy. You really would. You saw that last night if you watched the Chiefs and the Ravens. Just kind of one of those things that takes away from the defense. Gamble, carry on the near side, continuing to try to stiff-arm defenders. He actually gets upfield for a yard. Northwest player's helmet comes off.
Blake Ludwig doing a great job there. He deserves a pat on the back after that one because he stuck with the stiff arm there from Gamble and gave his team enough time to come corral him, and he's getting some head taps over there. Nice job by Blake Ludwig, the junior. He only weighs $150, but sure held up Gamble.
Have to sit out a play for the helmet coming off, so.
Second and long here, and
which hasn't seemed to matter for Waukee.
I'm going to go with a pass here with Beckett Bakker.
Yeah, it feels like that kind of territory here. 19-14, Waukee leads. Here comes Jeter in motion. Way back. Bakker rolling, firing upfield. Inman again. This time going to get upfield for a little bit more, and he's down across the 50. First down, Waukee.
That comeback route has worked beautifully tonight for Waukee. Only one miss, I think, on it for Bakker. Another look at it. A little naked boot, and then he's just going to loft it up there. Inman comes back and makes the catch. Adds a few yards after it. for that yak.
I tell you what, Bakker can throw on the run. There's no doubt about that. We've seen that already.
Certainly deserves some attention there at quarterback in the recruiting trail.
Bakker, short, caught upfield. Spinning away from a couple tacklers is Whites. Somehow, some way, made that about a 7-8 yard gain.
A spin, a hurdle, and he comes up a little gimpy. And it wouldn't shock me if he needs a sub here. Yeah, he's going back down to a knee. And we're going to get a whistle here. 3:24. 3:23 on the clock. Hope it's nothing more than maybe just a little bit of a rolled ankle or something like that you can tape up.
Quick injury timeout on the field. We won't go to break because it looks like he's going to try to wobble off himself. But
still looks like we're getting a timeout on the field.
Well, we have a chance. Let's see if we can see some scores. Obviously, we saw Valley was on top of Dowling 17-7. Southeast Polk on top of Ankeny 7-0.
Now tied at 7-7, actually.
There you go.
Ankeny got on the board with 6:14 left in the first half.
Iowa City Liberty was up 21-7 against Iowa City High. Just kind of scrolling through a couple others here. Kennedy 13-7 over Pleasant Valley. So a lot of fun games across the state of Iowa. We'll keep you updated as the evening goes on. Second down, and it looks like 13 here. Or 3, excuse me.
Loaded up box for Northwest.
Gamble got through a head tackle. Forward progress gets him about a yard. It'll be third down and short. And the playbook opens up here.
I'm going to go an option read here.
Yeah, I can see a deep shot. I mean, if it's second down, I'd see a deep shot. Now here on third and short.
Got 2:50 left, 2 timeouts remaining here for Waukee, so you don't have to rush anything.
And Northwest does get the ball to start the second half, so that's something to think about. Northwest would love to get the ball back.
Seems like a decade ago that we had the kickoff to this game.
Just over 2.5 to go. Gamble carries, first down. Continues to churn the legs, and Waukee is in business just outside the 30, down to the 31-yard line.
He's not getting hit until he's a couple yards downfield there, Blake, and that's been a big part of this game. And Gamble comes up maybe a little bit slower than you want to, but again, Waukee getting a good push up front, and that's going to put him down at the 30, just inside of it, or just outside of it, sorry, the 31.
First down and 10, closing in on 2 minutes. No warning here in high school like college and NFL. Gamble again gets the carry. There's a flag, but Gamble continues to churn the legs forward. That would be a first down, but I think it's coming back. You're going to have a hold way back here, probably Maverick Inman.
Hold or an illegal formation, one of the two.
Too many of those last night in the NFL.
Well,
way too many.
I think the emphasis in the NFL was that left tackle has to be up on the backside of the center now instead of being 2 yards off of them. I mean, talk about giving the defense a little bit of an advantage. Some of those edge rushers are going to feast this year in the NFL.
Waukee knows it's on them, so they're going to back up. The officials having a chat here maybe on who it was on.
Northwest has had to use 2 of their timeouts, which...
2. All right.
Oh.
All right, so offsetting penalties. Waukee will take that. It'll just be first down and 10 again. You just lose a little bit of time off the clock.
Bail out there for Waukee, and Northwest is kicking themselves on the face mask.
I didn't see the second flag. Must have been late, but... All right, we'll try it again. Clock moving, which is what Waukee wants to see. Again, Magnus Bruning hit a 48-yarder last week, so he can kick if need be.
Wind would be at his back here, too. Full box.
Bakker has the entire defense full, lobs it downfield to Jacobson and misses him way out and away. There will not be a flag for PI. That was uncatchable.
That was about 6 yards out of bounds.
The student section was not happy, but that was not catchable by.
As athletic as Jacobson is, unfortunately, even if he was fully laid out with toes on the line, he's not making that catch.
There was no way he was going to get that.
Still, you like the idea, but clock does stop. 1:30, second and 10. Baker's been sharp, though. I think that's one of his few misses tonight if he's had it. I mean, he's had maybe 2 or 3. Either way, Walkee continues to march.
Jacobson already a catch today, had a touchdown last week in the win over Ames. Gamble is ripped down in the backfield. Walkee is there. I believe that's Vineyard again.
The senior, 225, and he muscles Gamble backwards for a big loss of about 4 yards. Another look at it, just fires through that line, sheds a blocker. And he left Patrick Moreland wondering where he was at on the field before making that tackle on Gamble.
Again, Waukee has a kicker in Magnus Bruning, so you might just see a draw here.
But how big is that for Waukee Northwest, right? You're looking at this game as, you're 4th and 6 away from this being a 19-7 game.
Baker wants to go for it all. Punt fake, has to get rid of it, fires with someone around his legs, and incomplete. White tried to come back and get it. Really nicely done by Baker to at least get rid of it, and now it's decision time for Waukee. What do you want to do?
I think you got to go field goal or punt. You do not want to give them any shorter yardage to go with 42 seconds left.
You could see a boot or a pooch kick by Baker. It looks like they're going to go for it. It's 4th down and 14.
At least trot him out there.
You have size with Jacobson and Inman, and Coach Kopatich does not like what he sees, so he's going to go call a timeout. We'll stay here on this one with 42 seconds to go in the first half.
Maybe that's the plan for Coach Bakker there, is to say, you know what, let's just see if we can force a third timeout to be used here.
That's a good point.
And just leave Northwest hanging, and maybe they'll send out a field goal or a pooch punt here.
Could come down to one of those throw it up, hope you get a PI, and just kind of go for it. I think that's honestly what Northwest was wanting to do over here when they scored last time out.
Instead, it was just a beautiful catch by Oliver for a touchdown. Best case scenario.
Well, Waukee is not punted tonight, and they're not going to punt here. And if they do, it's going to be a pooch kick by Baker. But the way they line up, they're going to have Maverick Inman going to the far line, Jeter and White on the near side.
Going to have a running back in the backfield with Gamble, and you got Jacobson just off the line there too. So he's going to be an option here to play with. But again, 14 yards to pick up.
First down is at the 21-yard line. Does Northwest send a blitz?
Haven't seen this formation at all tonight.
4th and 14. There's your pooch kick. And it will bounce in the end zone, but Waukee really won't mind that as it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
Eats off about 8 seconds on that clock and 37 seconds for Waukee Northwest to work with here, and it wouldn't shock me if they just kneel it out, take it to half, down a score.
It has been a fun one so far.
It's been nice to slow down and get off the throttle for a second so we can process everything
teams are really starting to close in, and really, statistically, Waukee is dominating this game if you looked at the box score. But Northwest is just playing their style of football. No kneel formation. I think they might take a couple chances here. Hand off to Woodruff on the far line, out of bounds. That stops the clock.
That's one of those where pick up, if you get a big chunk, all right, now we can take an end zone shot. Let's just kind of see what shakes out.
I mean, 32 seconds. You never know. Plenty of time. Again, could just see running here. Looks like, based off how many guys are up on the line, I don't think you'll see many chances.
No, just don't turn the ball over here.
Woodruff again. This time goes right up the middle, runs into a herd of defenders. It is a first down. So the clock will stop momentarily to move the chains. Northwest does not have a timeout left. Let's see if they have any anticipation to get up to the line. The chain gang will move, so the clock will start in a second. Clock is moving. And I don't think Northwest is going to run a play.
I think you're about right on
Clock's
that.
Moving again. Nope, it looks like the Wolves are content. Valley on top 17-10 over Dowling as that game's about to go to overtime, and it looks like Northwest will just take this one to the locker room. A fun one so far in Waukee. The battle for Key has lived up to the hype once again. 19-14, Waukee on top of Waukee Northwest. We will take a break. We'll be back in a little bit to recap what we've seen in the first half. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Save on all new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Rams at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees. All at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville.
It's hard to stop a train.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand, custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Save big at DeArmond Chevy GMC Knoxville. New Silverado 1500 Crew Cab offering 5.9% for 84 months plus up to $4,750 cash. New 2024 Chevy and GMC 2500 HDs with 5.9% for 84 months. And new Sierra 1500 Crew Cab with 5.9% for 84 months plus up to $3,750 cash. All at DeArmond Chevy GMC Knoxville. DeArmondChevyGMC.com.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Walkee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Walkee. WaukeeChevy.com.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 on a qualifying Train home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here, and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game. Blake Walker, John Schaefer back with you here for this halftime between Waukee and Waukee Northwest. 19-14 is your score here. Fun one so far, John. It's been a back-and-forth battle. Waukee up 19-7 at one point. Northwest scores there later. Waukee can't get anything done on offense. But really, statistically, Waukee dominating, it feels like. But Northwest just continues to hang around. And that fumble with 2 blocked extra points give Waukee 19 points.
Yeah, and Northwest will come out of this half with the ball, obviously, barring a Waukee surprise onside of some sort. But what was fascinating with Waukee's drive chart there, obviously the fumble after just 2 plays by Gamble led to the Northwest touchdown. Short yardage works. Next 3 drives, they march right down the field. Touchdown passes by Bakker to Jacobson, Jeter, and Inman. So 3 different touchdown receivers. And then after that, Northwest did a great job on that last drive to force the little pooch punt. Northwest has hung in there. Like you mentioned, they've done a nice job, but they have to find a way to sustain those types of stops we saw at the end of that half.
It's going to be interesting to see how they respond in the second half. Obviously, I was thinking about it. The crowds are big, but both crowds are very loud. It's a great atmosphere. We're sold out. There's people standing along the fence line, plenty of kids off on both sides. So it's definitely one of those tough games. I look at, for Waukee Northwest, the run game really hasn't been there. At least there haven't been the big chunks that Grant Gamble has got. You just got to wonder, when does Waukee really step on the gas? Because I'm not saying they're playing with their food, but Waukee Northwest is a team you just can't do that against.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you have a team that's I'd say Waukee is superior coming into this game. The more you let a team believe that they can beat you, the more dangerous they become, as you kind of alluded to. And so, if you're Waukee, you need to come out, get that stop, then go right back to work through the air or on the ground because, again, Gamble's had a good night. But really, I've been so impressed by Beckett Baker's arm tonight. He's been on the money. All but a few passes have been perfectly placed. Inman, what a weapon he is, and we kind of talked about how we'd love to see him match up against some of the best cornerbacks in the state and see how it fares too. But this Waukee team, to me, is a postseason team that could make a run to the Dome. I know it's week 2, so let's not jump to massive conclusions here. But Waukee Northwest certainly showing plenty of fight tonight. After falling last week to Johnston, they want this game bad. I will make a point too. You mentioned how full these stands are, Blake. Being down on the field, you don't hear it as much as you think you do. Up here we hear it because they're right underneath us, but down there, between the track and the sidelines, it does get broken up pretty heftily.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun second half with a big crowd. If you remember last year, Waukee had the lead and had it late, 17-7 going into the fourth quarter. Northwest came all the way back and won, 13 unanswered. That's going to be in the back of Waukee's minds. A couple more scores before we go back to break. Valley leading Dowling at halftime, 17-0. Centennial, or 17-10. Centennial on top of Ames, 35-7. And actually, Iowa City West had just taken the lead over Urbandale, 17-14 was the score of that one. So the Jayhawks trying to hang tough with the Trojans. We'll be right back in a little bit for your second half. Waukee and Waukee Northwest, the Battle of Key. Round 2 coming up here in just a few minutes.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Save on all new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Rams at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees. All at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville.
it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here, and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Save big at DeArmond Chevy GMC Knoxville. New Silverado 1500 Crew Cab offering 5.9% for 84 months plus up to $4,750 cash. New 2024 Chevy and GMC 2500 HDs with 5.9% for 84 months. And new Sierra 1500 Crew Cab with 5.9% for 84 months plus up to $3,750 cash. All at DeArmond Chevy GMC Knoxville. DeArmondChevyGMC.com.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Walkee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Walkee. WaukeeChevy.com.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 of a qualifying Train home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here, and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game. Blake Walker, John Schaefer jumping in real quick. Got a minute 25 left on the halftime clock. We'll see if that holds. We had a 24-minute halftime. They put 24 minutes up on the clock. That's definitely one of the longest halftimes I've ever seen. But, so a little bit longer here. We'll see if this thing fires off when we think it does. But beautiful night here in the Metro. Oh, my goodness, you couldn't make it better. You said the Savannah Bananas are in town over at the iCub Stadium, so really, really fun night of football. I'm sure there's people watching.
To your point about the length of the halftime show, keep in mind Super Bowl halftime shows, 18 minutes, I think?
And I'm pretty sure college football, based off last week when I was watching, even the NFL last night, very quick. So leave it to high school football having the longest. But
but yes, you're right. Beautiful night here, a September evening, and a lot going on. Even earlier tonight, Blake, you pointed out our skyline from here. We could see the new Top Golf that just opened. And
it just opened, didn't
today,
it?
Yes. It opened today. Was day one. And so Des Moines now has Top Golf. If you're looking for something, maybe we can get them on as a sponsor. Randy, note that, please. Let's get some trade out with Top Golf.
I've always said we need to do golf. I think that'd be really fun. You can see the Waukee Northwest fans out in full force here tonight, all white for the Wolves.
The fan sections have not thinned out at all.
No,
they made an announcement, do not leave the complex because you will not be allowed back in. And so I believe no one left.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a good amount of fans stay. And, you and I were talking about it. The way rivalries work in games like this, it feels like one mistake could probably be the difference maker in this one. And I'm not talking about the beginning. Maybe the beginning can make a difference, that fumble, but it sure feels like it might take one mistake to really separate these two. Northwest starts with the ball here. Imagine if they go down and score here. That's a big, whoa, okay.
Well, and you brought it up, too, in the intermission. PATs, Walkee has now had 2 blocked. You have another one blocked here. It's suddenly like you're going to be tied at 28 or whatever. It's killing you. Or it leaves the door open for Northwest to say, let's keep it a 2-point game. A field goal's a winner versus needing the touchdown or the 3 to tie. So it'll be interesting here as Northwest does get the ball. But, again, Waukee, outside of that final drive, their first and last drive, they found the end zone. It was one of those nights, Blake, where as a man that worked many Fridays in TV, you enjoyed that first quarter because you had every highlight you needed to fill a minute and a half, and then, you could bounce to your next game for Friday Night Blitz. So
I'd imagine the traffic wasn't that bad on Friday because everybody's at
everyone's
the games.
Locked in. It was
2:35 was pretty empty.
Making sure you could get the parking spot was the battle, but most of the time, police weren't going to ticket you. So
that one goes out the back of the end zone. I was also saying not many people left to get up during halftime, and then I remembered, you're trying to save your seat. A lot of people were saying, I can't find a spot. Maybe trying to sneak in here. There are technically seats over here to this left side. Now, granted, who wants to sit next to the
student section? I think it's the elementary and middle schoolers there.
But there's a couple down there as well.
There are. And, one of the cool things about some of the stadiums around the Metro, they wrap all the way around with standing room, especially you get into smaller towns like a Van Meter or something like that.
Waukee Northwest back to work. Woodruff on the carry. Going to get a couple up the middle. Gain of about 5 on that one. 5 or 6. Woodruff, couple big carries in the first half. Never really was able to break one away by any means. But Mac Heitland showing his arm strength a little bit.
And Waukee coming out in jumbo package here. 2 wide. Tight end locked in. And another run here. Bouncing outside to the right.
Yep, that's enough for a first down. That's really pretty much all they wanted. As the Wolves will move the chains here early. Again, score here gives you the lead no matter what, even if you don't make the field goal. So Northwest would love to go down and get the score. Again, in a game that has felt like Waukee has dominated.
Yeah, and you brought it up many times on the broadcast. Last year, Waukee entered the second half with a lead.
Comfortable. Felt good.
Northwest came back. So that also, not only does that stay in the mind of Waukee, it stays in the mind of Northwest saying, guys, it doesn't matter what we get down as we go third and short.
It's actually, yeah, 3rd down and 1. I thought he got the first. Heitland, fullback dive up the middle. The extra push by Woodruff is actually going to get the man to spin away. And off to the races is number 85. Ball comes out at the end. Fight for the ball. It looks like Northwest hops back on top of it. What a break by the Wolves.
Gavin Schaller, the big run, and the only thing you want to see is him snug it up, but rolls off the pile, and then he's going to hit the Jets. That's a great strip there by Tavian White, but just cannot jump on it. Johnny on the spot of the Wolves, and they're operating in plus territory.
Heitland back to throw. Here comes the pressure. Heitland rolls, gets upfield, out of bounds, though. See where they mark it.
Might lose a yard on that one or two. Quite the run. They give him 2 yards on it, so it'll be 2nd and 8. Heitland doing a good job of eluding the sack. But boy, Northwest has come out with a statement on the ground here. 3 straight runs and then a QB keep.
2nd down and about 9. Woodruff up the middle, takes a hit, goes down. And it'll be 3rd down and about 3 or 4 here for the Warriors.
It's a nice run by Woodruff to get this down to 3rd and manageable. And again, Northwest coming out and setting a tone, and this is the worst case scenario for Waukee here to give Northwest a sniff.
3rd down and about 4 for the Wolves. Heitland, pitch outside. This is a quarterback throw, and the runner will take off, try to get to the 1st down. He's short. That was number 2, Julian Sweeney, who was looking downfield. Nothing was open. And it'll be 4th down and short, undoubtedly go-for-it territory for the Wolves.
Logan Meager doing a great job to not bite on the halfback pass. Gets downhill and lays some lumber there on Julian Sweeney on that pass. Doesn't give him anywhere to run either. And so now, as you mentioned, a 4th and 2, but Northwest converted on a fourth down earlier in this game.
4th down and 2 for the Wolves. He gets loud on the Waukee sideline.
Got 3 guys in motion simultaneously.
Woodruff, no, throwing over the middle, caught, wide open. Number 83 for Waukee Northwest.
Isaiah
Ewing. Maddox Toot.
Oh, sorry.
Toot.
Toit.
There
Max
you go.
Toit. Son of Nate Toit, the former iCubs pitcher, I believe.
There you go. Well, that was beautiful, just right over the middle. Northwest continues to move the chains. 1st down at 10, low snap. Woodruff again. This time off the right side, continuing to make his way upfield, and Northwest continues to move the ball.
Go back to that 4th down conversion. What I liked from Heitland is he looks off the linebacker thinking it's going to be an outside quick hitter, then goes right back over the middle to Toit for the 1st down, and then a big run by Woodruff gives them a 2nd and 3 inside the 15.
9:05 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Man in motion. Actually, no, it's a false start. False start.
They will back up Northwest, and there's some chirping going on.
And a checkup on our Metro Heating and Cooling red zone coming up in a second. Going to be coming there. Looks like a flag on the play. False start on the offense, so Northwest will back it up. Second down and 8. Woodruff off the right side. Woodruff for the hole. Woodruff to the pylon. Touchdown, Waukee Northwest.
What a run by Woodruff. Tiptoes down the sideline. The Waukee Northwest student section alive and well. And just like that, the Wolves take the lead over the Warriors. Another look at it, bouncing it outside. Never gets touched until he gets past that pylon.
Northwest, a 2019 lead. Will they actually go for 2 here to try to take the 3-point lead? That's the question. They're going to run on a couple other guys. Still have about 10 seconds left on the clock.
Might need to don't burn a timeout here if you're Northwest.
Yeah, they do.
Why?
Timeout is called for Waukee Northwest.
That's one of those situations that you might look back on if you're Coach Kopatich and say, oh boy, I probably needed a better plan coming out of that one.
We'll stay here for this one.
That's just a situation, right? You're up a point. You don't want to waste a timeout because you don't know what you'll need late in this half. And so it's one of those situations where you might either take the penalty and you just go for the PAT after, or you get your play in there a little bit quicker. But I do imagine they go for 2 here because, honestly, it doesn't hurt you if you don't get it.
Yeah, why not take a chance and see what you got? So 21 seconds here left in the timeout. Northwest really thinking about it.
Going to use all of that timeout clock.
They're going to go for it.
And I like it. Yeah. You know, up a point. You've had some luck against Waukee's PAT. This one could go the shootout route.
Couple guys in motion. A lot of eye candy here to start. Heitland fakes wide open to the pylon. 2-point conversion is good for Gavin Schaller.
I love the drag route across the back of that formation by Schaller, and then Heitland just lets him go to work with that speed. So hard to defend, especially with all that room to work out there, and what a tough play to make as a defender.
We'll be right back. 22-19. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 off a qualifying Train home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. 22-19, Waukee Northwest. Trailed 19-7 at one point.
And we were sitting there saying without that fumble on the first drive, that game could have been a blowout at that
it would have
point.
been probably 21-0. Great response by Northwest. And again, I mean, Waukee was really good last year. It feels like the second straight year Northwest just hanging around. Another good pooch kick. This is caught, and down goes number 87 with the catch.
That's Anderson. Hayden Anderson there for Waukee. Does a good job just fielding it and falling on it.
The IHSAA put out a weekly YouTube video this week kind of talking about going over week one, going to huddle cams like, all right, here's what we missed, a couple things. Coach submitted things officiating. They had a huge emphasis on onside kicks. A lot of, has to go 10 yards. This is when you can take off. And it's also for the safety of the players on pooch kicks and whatnot. So,
what do you think of the NFL change?
I don't like it. I really don't. I mean, granted, some of these kickers are so good, you're never going to have a return. Waukee to work on offense. Grant Gamble with the carry up the middle, and he'll get about 4 or 5. And really, John, Waukee's offense has been good. I mean, you talked about the first drive was the fumble. The last drive, just kind of weird. You had a couple penalties, set you back, but really, the Warriors haven't been stop on consecutive drives.
No, and really they've done their most damage through the air, but it's been because of the success they've had to start drives with Gamble on the ground. And so really they've been a balanced offense, I'd say. But again, a stop here for Northwest, and man, the momentum swings in a massive way. So you need to answer back if you're Waukee.
Gamble again. Not going to get much, maybe a yard.
That might be the most hesitant we've seen him tonight.
I was just about to say, it's possible Northwest really starting to figure a couple things out against number 21 here.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where I think Gamble wanted to bounce it outside more, but Northwest did a good job sealing him off and pushing him back inside to where all the tacklers are, and that's going to leave us with a 3rd and 4. I'd call it a long 4 at that.
It is.
Closer to 5.
And Northwest has got to feel good how they've been playing on offense. 3rd down and 4, 7:27 to go in the third quarter. Bakker back to throw, going up top. This is for White. And he can't make the grab. In and out. Boy, I thought he came down with it. And White barely drops it. Good coverage by Northwest.
Another look at it. As you mentioned, great coverage. I'm going to call it
number 8.
Number 8 on that one, Josiah DeYoung. He stayed stride for stride with the speedster White. Great ball by Bakker once again. Unfortunately, just better defense, and there's your 3 and out for 4 plays here, and all of a sudden Waukee is giving it right back to the Wolves.
So the first really legit punt attempt tonight by Waukee puts his foot into it. Will hang in the air a little bit. And we'll drop a Northwest bounce at about the 26-yard line, and Northwest offense will come back out. All right, well, for the first time since the beginning, really, Northwest has the ball with the lead and a chance to put a lot of pressure on Waukee here.
A little bit of a sand wedge there, checked up on Bruning on that punt. Northwest now can take a little bit of a stranglehold on the momentum with some of this.
I was going to say our wind has died. I mean, there's no wind anymore.
When we walked up to the stadium, it was a solid 10-12 out of the north.
Woodruff really getting the bulk of the carries here and really starting to figure things out. He gets a couple, maybe 3 or 4.
And now with a lead, this is how Northwest can live a little bit. First couple downs, they might go full Iowa Hawkeyes here, run, pass, run, pass.
Good work.
Screen in there, and then, hey, you got the Kirk Ferentz offense down pat.
6:50 to go here in the third quarter. Waukee, a lot of miscommunication here on the sideline. I didn't know if they had everybody out on the field that they should have. Looks like they do. Handoff again. That was a little bit of a triple handoff in the backfield. Waukee's all over it. Couple more. Third down is short.
But again, Northwest just taking what they can get, and that's all you can ask for right now. And playing their game, playing within their realm. And I think going into this half, we said it, Waukee couldn't afford to let the Wolves hang around because it just gives them confidence. Well, you've got a really confident visiting team right now.
We go at it again. The Wolves are young. I mean, this Waukee team is the quote-unquote veteran team. So got to give credit to Waukee of how they've played this one so far. Heitland fakes, throws short, caught at the marker. It's going to be, maybe an inch. That is a 4th down, though, I think, based on the marking.
Might need a measurement on it. They're putting it right on the dash. And that does not come. That comes with some ire here from the student section.
That is, in fact, a 1st down for Northwest, so the chains will move.
Good little play. You only need 3. They get exactly that. And Heitland's going to go right back to work.
Keep the Waukee defense on the field just a little bit more. Tight end springs out just a quick second. Woodruff outside. And not much. Thought maybe there was a hold on the back end, but no.
And that's one of those spots there as a tight end. You've got to get your hands inside the pads and start driving. And kind of left Woodruff trying to make a decision. He couldn't really hit the hole that was intended to be there. That tight end's got to get around and clear that path for him a little bit cleaner.
Michael Dunnigan is in at wide receiver here on this near side. Called his name a little bit there.
Haven't called Oliver since his touchdown catch.
No, they've shut him down for the most part. Heitland, play action. Again, they go to the tight end, Shaler. Shaler ripped to the ground, not a chance. Stood up in the backfield by Wesley Anderson.
And I know what he's trying to do there and trying to cut it back up, but I think he's got to carry that momentum and just try and get to the boundary and see if he can add another yard or 2 to it instead of cutting right back in. That's a great angle by the tackler.
From my perspective, it looked like he lost yardage. He did gain a little bit, so it's 3rd down and 8.
The sticks kind of blend in on the far side, don't they?
Yeah, they do. 3rd and 8, Heitland. Short fire to Green. Green upfield actually got a good chunk of it back. It'll be 4th down and about 3. Does Kopatich give it back to Waukee?
I think it's even shorter, 4th and 2 maybe. I know that we got the home scoreboard keeper here, so they will punt, which
home scoreboard keeper. You said that about the clock earlier. I'm like, yeah, I've seen that before. That's common. I just see that everywhere.
But no, I don't mind the punt here. That's a good job by Waukee, kind of holding up that momentum that Northwest had garnered there, and see if this Warriors offense, I mean, this third quarter has been a polar opposite of what we saw in the first half.
Well, this one catches the wind, and the bounce kind of drops dead at about the 23-yard line, and that is where Waukee will set up shop on offense. All right, so the defenses came to play here in the second half.
You know, that just takes a little bit. It's like my golf game. It takes about 9 holes to warm up, takes a half to warm up here for these guys. And, you know, I think there's something to be said for second half adjustments. I think both teams have come out and made the right adjustments. Northwest, especially on offense, said we're going to make a quick statement. I think the Warriors came out second drive defensively and made a statement of their own, saying, all right, we spotted you a few here. Now let's go back to work.
First down and 10, 4:07 to go here in the third quarter for Waukee. They trail crosstown rival Waukee Northwest by 3. Beckett Baker in the offense will go back to work here. Baker on 1st and 10, going to check down short to Gamble. Gamble makes a couple guys miss, cuts backs inside, and actually gets a good chunk of yardage. Nicely done by Grant Gamble.
Gamble really utilizing some space and some fancy footwork to get it going there, and picks up 7. So we've got a 2nd and 3.
Update from over in Valley. Tied up 17-17, Dowling Catholic and the Valley Tigers at 17 apiece.
I don't want to take anything away from this rivalry here, but would you consider Valley Dowling the best in the state?
Yeah. I'd say this, number 2, probably Ankeny Centennial. This is tough because it's so new.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good rivalries in the state, a lot of good rivalries out east, Kennedy and Pleasant Valley, Bettendorf, Pleasant Valley.
City High, City West.
Gamble, first down. Nice cut. Lane's starting to maybe open up just a little bit here, just
getting back to the run game. I think that's been a big part for Waukee, right? We talked about that in the first half. That's what opened everything up for them in the passing game. So now you get a first down on the ground. It wouldn't shock me here to see Baker maybe take to the air. You got Inman one-on-one on the far side. Not going to have a lot of safety help out deep. So maybe look for a little one-on-one action out there.
Fresh set of downs for the Warriors. Gamble again. Waited on the line to push forward, and he's only going to get about 2. Haven't seen a lot of passing on first down here for Waukee tonight.
No, and I probably should have taken that into account with my last call there. But here we are. Nonetheless, I think what you're seeing is just trying to establish a run, let the offensive line get their bearings under them, and kind of set a precedent, and maybe get those safeties looking into the backfield a little bit more frequently, especially with the speed they have on the outside.
And you got to think, Waukee at least looks bigger up front than Northwest. Baker fires short. Maverick Inman with the grab. I think he thought he could get away, but only going to get about 4, and it'll be 3rd down and short upcoming.
That's really nice coverage out there on the outside by Blake Ludwig. We've called his name a couple of times, Ludwig doing a nice job to stay with the speedster Inman, and I'm sure he's been chatting with him a little bit, letting him know, hey, just because you're in a different jersey doesn't mean we're going to let you coast.
Right. 3rd and 3 is what the call is on the scoreboard. Baker, again, quarterback keeper.
Ooh.
I don't think he got it. He's going to be about a yard short.
And I think if you're Coach Baker here, you call something quick and just go with it. Don't give Waukee Northwest time to set in a defense. You're right at around midfield. You show them that you can stop Northwest. I think you go for it here if it's me.
Andrew Eastman was the one who got in and made the play for Northwest along with the Cavalry. 4th down and 1. This quarter has flown by with how the defenses have played, so this is a huge play leading up to this point. And they go out of shotgun, which is interesting. Man in motion, that's Yazzie. 4th and 1, Gamble. Got it. 1st down and more. Puts his head down and gets it past the 50 down to the 43-yard line. I don't like going out of shotgun, but it worked, and that works for Waukee.
Pickup of about 14 there, and another look. He gets a nice lead block there, seals off that edge and clears it out. That's a great block by the tight end coming across, and that lets Gamble go to work. Now I look for a shot play right here.
Yeah, this is where you might see a shot. 48 seconds to go in the third quarter, 14 seconds on the play clock.
Again, you got man coverage up top. Inman on the outside.
Boy, clock's ticking down here. 5 seconds. Baker better snap it. He does. Play action fake outside to Jeter. Jeter makes a couple guys miss and gets upfield for a couple. And that should do it for the end of the third quarter as Coach Baker holds up the 4s. Boy, buckle up. It's what we wanted. We knew it was going to be a good game. Northwest this time is the leader going into the fourth quarter. We'll see if Waukee can make a push and take back the lead. Don't go away. We got a great finish coming up. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network. Waukee Northwest on top of Waukee, 22-19.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western. More jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Well, our commercial break ran long. Maverick Inman caught the bomb to the end zone. Do we have a replay maybe? We'll catch it here in a second. Bakker threw up a bomb to Maverick Inman, and he caught it just inside the 5, or just outside the 5. So it's first down, or first and goal at the 5. Gamble, right side, touchdown, Waukee! The Warriors are back on top. And some news guy just got a great shot. I can't tell who that is.
It looks like Channel 13. Might be him.
Take a look at what got us here, John.
Yeah. Great throw here by Bakker up top. Inman goes in the high, points it down at the 5 in double coverage. Inman has had himself a night. And then they cap it off with the Gamble 5-6 yard run. He trots in with just a little nudge. And Waukee up 25-22. They've got to convert the PAT,
which has been a struggle. Here's the snap. And it is good. 26-22. Waukee on top of Waukee Northwest. Take a look at the replay one more time here of this touchdown. Good blocking up front.
Absolutely, and you just look at nice seal off there by number 60, the big hog molly. That's Colt Shipper. We love to give those linemen some love, especially when they spring a hole like that, and I'm sure Gamble will owe him a little bit of a dinner break at some point too.
What a response by Waukee to retake the lead, but a lot of time to go. 11:47 left here in the fourth quarter, and Northwest, who kind of got things get going here a little bit on the offensive side of the ball, will have a chance here to return this and get offense rolling again.
Apparently all they needed was a little Miley Cyrus in the intermission.
Yeah, both student sections were having a blast.
And then
party
Waukee
in the USA
just goes and throws a party of their own in the end zone.
I love it. Out of the break, I think that's a phenomenal play. I mean, that why not catch them off guard? And
well, and it's only natural that we're stuck in a commercial when that happens, right? I think we called it.
Yeah.
Tends to be how it goes.
You said it. You're like, well, unless we have a bomb, and sure enough, that happens.
That one laid up there at the 15.
It's a pooch kick taken by Green. Green on the near sideline. Boy, I am surprised they didn't kick that deep because Waukee Northwest has beautiful field position at the 42-yard line.
Well, and if you're Bruning, I mean, he's towed that line on the left side all night. He put one out of bounds earlier as well. And
which
so
means, film maybe says, but Green, with how good he is.
Yeah. Well, and he caught it in stride too, right?
Yes.
You catch it with speed and look out. And again, 4 wide now for Northwest, a formation we haven't seen a ton of.
Yeah, they're not going to play around. Heitland going to go short. Here's Oliver. We haven't seen him in a while. Oliver to the outside. Makes a couple guys miss and goes down close to the marker. I believe that is a first down. If not, it's inches. I believe that's a
put
first.
him on it. It's a great little swing pass out to Oliver. He's got great blocking on the edge. Uses a little bit of dynamic speed there to get out into the second level, and that will move the chains.
This might be who ends up with the ball last, the way both these offenses are starting to roll again. Heitland, play action fake. He's going up on the post. He's got Green. No PI on Waukee.
And that's the right call there, as much as I know this sideline's going to hate it. Tavian White never got his head around and runs straight through Green to break that pass up. But you know what? I'll take 15-yard penalty over the touchdown.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. It's not NFL. It's not from the spot of the foul. It is right where, 15 yards. So he'll call it here. Take a look at the replay here, and John, you said it, never turned his head back.
And I know the Waukee fans are jeering that call, but if that goes it goes the other way, they want that flag every time. It's the right call. Again, just got burned in coverage. White tries to recover a little bit. It's a great route by Green and nice pump fake by Heitland on it too in that play. And now Waukee Northwest now just 32, 33 yards away from another score.
A Northwest penalty led to a Waukee score earlier today. Waukee now a big penalty of 15 yards, just like Northwest was. Sweeney in motion. Going to go way back here. Heitland back to him.
Double
Sweeney
pass.
thought about a double pass. Instead, he takes off upfield. Julian Sweeney's going to be close to the first down. He had a man looking downfield, decided less of it. Nicely done.
Well, and that's the fun part about that play, right? You put your player in space instantly instead of a quick pitch out.
Yeah.
And so then he's got an option. If the guy goes in coverage, great, I can run upfield 5-6 yards. If he comes to me, I can chuck it deep, So it's a great play design. I really like what Coach Kopatich had drawn up there.
Second down, and I believe 4 is what the call will be.
Yes, sir.
Heitland over the middle. He's got a man. Oliver, end zone, touchdown, Waukee Northwest.
It's turned it into the air raid offense of Texas Tech. Big 12 days out there for both these teams. And Oliver with his second touchdown catch of the night.
He did not catch one last week. He didn't even catch a pass last week. And Heitland trusts his wide receiver who had his man beat, a little underthrown, but Oliver still makes the grab. And Northwest will retake the lead. And we'll go for the PAT.
What a response after a week 1 loss to Johnston.
Oh, my goodness. For how young?
Coming out here, that just tells you the kind of players that Coach Kopatich has on this team.
Kick is up and through. 29-26. Northwest on top. We have got a barn burner. We'll be right back.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Walkee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Walkee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Northwest will boot this one back the other way. Grant Gamble will take it from inside the 5. Gamble will get upfield to about the 22 2-yard line. Blake Walker, John Schaefer with you here this evening. 10:53 to go here in the fourth quarter. A barn burner. Number 29 points for Waukee Northwest, 26 for Waukee. It's just back and forth now. We thought the defenses came to play in the third quarter, but the offenses have come to play here in the fourth.
Yeah, and the passing game for Waukee Northwest, of all things that we did not expect, opening up there. You know, I figured with the secondary of Waukee, it'd be tough to move that ball downfield in big chunks in the air anyway. And, well, Heitland and Kopatich have had something to say about it, especially with Oliver there on the receiving end.
So Bakker and the offense will go back to work. Grant Gamble, they are not going away from him, but he doesn't get much, only a yard. You just feel like the passing game has been better. Grant Gamble has really yet to break one off in a big chunk. The passing game has not failed Waukee yet tonight.
No, and I think they'll go back to it when forced to. But, you know, again, Gabe Bakker doesn't break his habits. No. You know, he sticks with his play calling and stays consistent with it. And this is a scenario you don't want to break who you are.
9 yards to the marker for Waukee, already behind to start. Bakker, again, a quarterback keeper, and not much. 2 runs to start the drive for Waukee, and already that puts you behind here on 3rd and long.
I'll tell you this much, that northwest side of the grandstands over there has been electric, and it's been a little bit quieter over here on the Waukee side of things. I think it's kind of a sign of where that momentum shifted, especially here in the second half.
And I got to tell you, what Coach Kopatich has got working with, he has coached a heck of a game so far. I mean, just phenomenal coaching by Coach Kopatich.
Well, and to keep his players engaged. When you go down big like that, you could fold pretty easily as young as this team is, but they haven't.
Bakker, no one's home, so he takes off and runs for it himself and has the first down. Nicely done by Beckett Bakker. That's the first non-designed run he's had all night.
And that's the right decision there. He sees a gaping hole across the middle. No linebackers there and a spy either. We talked about that with Bakker. Sometimes you want to keep a spy around, and that was one of those times there wasn't. It burned him.
Waukee trailing by 3. And that makes you think, I mean, they have a good kicker. Obviously, their PATs have not been kind to them, but don't maybe have to think touchdown the whole time. Bakker, pressure coming. He steps up and runs. There goes Beckett Bakker. Nobody is on the right side of the field. He's all the way up past the 50, down to the 45-yard line. Beckett Bakker using his legs.
Beckett Bakker showing the strength there, too. Throws a shoulder on a would-be tackler, and I know he's 5'11", only a $190, but, man, he had some speed, and he lowered a little bit of his shoulder there, too, to shed a tackle, and then stays on his feet for the giant game.
He legit reminds me, not just the last or the name, but Baker Mayfield. You really see a lot of Baker Mayfield in him. Just kind of his size and how he can throw the ball and how he can run if need be.
He's got a little bit of that swagger, too.
Gamble, big hole. Grant Gamble up the middle, making men miss. Grant Gamble in a foot race. He is in. Touchdown, Waukee. What a run by the senior.
Right on cue. You said it. Gamble hasn't had a big run all night. Well, what's he say? You know what? I heard you way up there. I'm going to bust one big time. I think that one was close to a 40-yard gain, maybe a 35-yard touchdown run. He hit the Jets and then just let that defender drape all over him into the end zone, and we've got a new leader.
How can you not love football? I got goosebumps. 32-29. Here's the big PAT by Bruning, and it's good. 33-29. Waukee on top of Northwest. Do not go away. We are far from over. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional-grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western, more jobs done. faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
33-29. Waukee on top of Northwest. 8:57 to go. Kick by Bruning.
Hey, Blake.
Stays in.
You having fun yet?
Yes, it's I have called. I'm blessed to have called almost every Waukee Northwest basketball game. I'm pretty sure I have called every single one. And all of them have lived up to the hype. There have been a couple blowouts, but all of them have been good. Last year didn't get to call this game for football because I believe it was WHO that carried this game. But, man, Randy, our producer, said it best. It's just a crosstown rival. It is the same as Ankeny and Ankeny Centennial. One team could be so much bigger. They could be faster. They could be stronger. It does not matter. You just want to beat your crosstown rival so bad. This is an unbelievable game, and we still have 9 minutes to go.
A lot can happen in 9 minutes.
Yeah,
too.
I was going to say.
Northwest down just 4.
We've had 3 touchdowns in less than 4 minutes.
Trips wide left. They're going to go with the wide receiver screen out to Oliver. Oliver's got some space. He's going to pick up a first down. Maybe a late hit flag.
Yeah, spun him around, but not enough on it.
No, I think it was one of those. He started that contact before he threw him, or before he got out of bounds.
What did you think of that late hit on Mahomes last night?
He took a couple last night.
I think the one probably should have been definitely.
Yes.
There was another one that I'm like, all right, maybe not.
Yeah.
But
Northwest goes right back to where they were living. They're just going to abandon the run game right now.
Woodruff, nowhere to go.
And
Ripped down in the backfield by number 8, Ian Samples.
I think you got to start letting your keep letting your wide receivers cook on the outside. Get the ball out to them a little bit quicker. You can throw in a jet sweep. Here's another look at it. Just nowhere to go for Woodruff. And Samples sheds the tackle, and he's eaten up. Just eaten there.
Really nice swim move. Heitland wants to go for the bomb. Does not do it. Instead, will take a sack. Down he goes. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
Really nice.
That's the sophomore coming out.
That is a bit of the sophomore. That's also a change in coverage, too, for Waukee. They've now dropped a safety high there. Really did a nice job if you're Jaden Jeter. He did a nice job staying over the top, not letting anyone beat him deep because that's where Heitland wanted to go.
Could be a game-changing play here. 3rd down and 10. You're way too deep to go for it on 4th down, and there's too much time left. Heitland, play action fake. Heitland going upstairs, one-on-one coverage, nowhere close. And Waukee holds on defense, intended receiver Julian Sweeney for Northwest.
Wesley Anderson doing a great job staying stride for stride there with Sweeney and never lets Sweeney kind of work back to the middle of the field and work back to that ball because it's just he was step for step with him, and that will force a Northwest punt, and Waukee can retake a full command of this game here.
If I'm just Waukee, though, I don't know if I like leading in this game.
I
know last year they think about it often, but Northwest going to have to burn a timeout here. They're going to have to clean those up.
There's been some clock management issues, especially on a punt. Unless they were thinking go fake it.
Well, and the way Inman came in, it sure seemed like maybe, but yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. If you're faking it there, okay, I understand the timeout. But if you're just going to punt and take the 5 yards and reboot it,
because now in a game that's this close, you would love to have 3 timeouts.
Yeah,
now
you got to weigh your options a little bit. And again, 2 young coaches in this game, and I'm not trying to take anything away from Coach Kopatich. He's called a great game. We've talked about that. But the timeouts and the clock management have been something that need to be adjusted.
It's only week 2.
Well, in these non-district games, right?
Yeah.
This is the fun part of these, right? They don't have a huge implication on the end of the year, although you still have RPI to worry about.
It's amazing these 2 teams didn't play in the first 2 years of the school's existence. I don't know how they messed that up, but they'll be playing for the rest of time. You know that. I'd say put it on week 1, kind of like Ankeny Centennial, but this has kind of become rivalry week.
Fake. Nope. They're going to go rugby style.
That kick is low and long, and actually it's going to work out really well. This is going to go all the way inside the 20 and stop dead at the 16, 17-yard line. That was nicely done by Andrew Eastman, the punter.
Really good job. You're right on that, and that's going to kind of flip this field around a little bit. Now, though, if you're Northwest, you cannot give up the big play that's plagued.
You need it.
all game long.
And I'm not going to say if Waukee scores a touchdown, it's the nail in the coffin. But
it doesn't feel like Northwest can get another stop.
But I will say they can afford giving up a field goal.
Yeah.
Because of how this game has worked out.
Yeah.
Obviously weird point-wise. But this is going to be a fun one to the rest of the way. Can Waukee score again with 7:22 to go here in this one? Bakker on a quarterback keeper up the middle. They really like that, as they should. It's been very good in the second half.
They let Gamble get in front of him and kind of just guide him through that hole, and it's a big pickup. Will be a 2nd and 3, it looks like, 2nd and 2. But again, nice run by Bakker up the gut, and those designed little delayed QB keepers are paying dividends.
Number 11 is in for Waukee.
Xavier Gutierrez.
All right, haven't seen him yet tonight, really. He's over here at wide receiver. Nice bright red gloves. Gamble, another good hole. First down. You do wonder, though, how much of this is milking the clock. You know, do you really need to take any shots?
I don't think you do. If you can keep picking up first downs and chipping away on the ground, clock keeps moving as those chains reset. So now you're under 6:30 before this ball gets snapped. You'll be down close to 6 minutes left in this game. You can eat nearly a minute off per 2 plays here.
2020, Dowling ties it with Valley with 48 seconds left, so they look like they're going to overtime. Bakker! Beckett Bakker into the secondary. He's going to have a foot race. Beckett Bakker to the 10. Touchdown, Waukee! Beckett Bakker!
And he's going to come celebrate with that student section, rightfully so. The Jets come on for Bakker, and he just about put this one to bed. Another look at it.
We talked about the quarterback run, and boy, this kid can scoot. The dive at the end to make sure he gets in. Oh, my goodness.
What a football game. This has been an absolute thriller. If it's not one of the all-time best that I've seen in a long time out there, oh, buddy.
Bruning to make it an 11-point game. Yes, sir. 40-29. We'll take a break. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here, and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
Unbelievable game tonight here at Waukee Stadium. 40-29. Waukee leads over Northwest, and this thing's far from over. Green will take it inside the 5 with 6 minutes to go. Green, near side, going to get about 25 on the carry or 25 on the return, up to the 25-yard line. And John Schaefer, Blake Walker with you here. John, Northwest, this have to score. You have to score, and I don't think you can go on the ground anymore. It is go time if you're Northwest.
Yeah, you've got under 6 minutes to play here. You're going to have to start. I mean, the ground game just hasn't been there in this second half for Northwest, and just on cue, 4 wide. But, boy, talk about a bar set high to start the season for us, Blake. How do you top this one the rest of the season?
You can. Heitland, low snap outside to Oliver. Oliver makes one man miss, and Oliver takes off upfield. Big gain for Isaiah Oliver, and another first down for Northwest, and the clock stops.
Elliott Comby out there on the block as a wide receiver had a nice latch on his defender there, and you'll see him just kind of guiding his defender into the next level out there, and it's a nice pickup by Oliver. You love to see wide receivers that can block.
So the clock stops. Actually go handoff to Woodruff, and Woodruff does get enough to get past the line of scrimmage, gain of about 2. That surprised me a little bit.
With one timeout already burned, too, that clock's just going to keep ticking. Now, you don't want to go panic mode, obviously, but, yeah, you're right. I mean, you've got to either get a stop clock or get the ball, get big chunks here.
3 wide receivers to the near side for Northwest. Under 5.5 to go. Heitland, again, Oliver makes one man miss. Upfield, spins his way near to the marker. He's going to be about 2 yards short. 3rd down and short upcoming for Northwest.
Sure-handed tackle by Carter Johnson there. The senior comes down and lays a little lumber on Oliver with that hit, and that's going to force a 3rd down.
3rd and 2. Heitland on the post. Just out of reach of the wide receiver. Elliott Comey, he had him, and Elliott could not hang on. And it's 4th down. Go for it territory, probably for the ball game.
4th and 2, yes, it's definitely go for it. But, oh, boy, that's a touchdown if that's another yard, maybe lofted in the air.
Well, now you feel like, you don't have to pass it. Northwest does not know what they're doing.
And it looks like they're going to punt.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Especially with 9, 8, 7.
Yeah, you don't.
Not ready for it, and they're going to have to burn another timeout here.
4 seconds.
I don't get it, I guess.
All right. Well, so apparently Kopatich only had, I don't know if the scoreboard had it wrong, but they say still say he has 2 timeouts. So I assume now he's down to 1. But either way, Coach Kopatich is not happy.
That's a situation there where you've got to know what you're doing if that play misses.
Well, yeah, in a way, your automatic thought process is, why wouldn't we go for it? I don't know. I just don't understand punting in this situation, especially
now that you burn another timeout.
Yeah, with under 5 minutes to go, if you did it, get it underneath. Overtime between Valley and Dowling, 20-20 game.
And all feels right in the world with that announcement.
that is good to see. Northwest is going to punt. Man, this is just surprising.
And maybe it is one of those situations where we need to flip the field a little bit, but it's a 4th and 2.
And it's
you're
definitely
not going to get a more manageable 4th down.
And it's not a waving of the white flag by any means, but it just, you 4:54 to go. It's just very odd.
Down 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I guess touchdown, 2-point and a field goal, but still.
Eastman, nope, there's the fake. Oliver is going to get it. Oh, my gosh.
Why?
Why? Somehow, some way, he spun away from it. Waukee almost had the game in their hands. Again, I just don't.
I shout why because it's like, why not just keep your offense out there and run that same play anyway?
Boy, heck of a job by Oliver to get away.
Can't get much closer.
That's a head scratcher. There's a reason we're not coaching. It's just there's a little bit of a head scratcher. Nonetheless, they got the 1st down. Good for them. We move on. But that was odd. Heitman on 1st and 10. Rolling, takes off, not going to get far. Maybe get a yard on that one.
Hot pursuit out there by Waukee's Bo Andrews. The senior D lineman just stayed on his horse and hunted down Heitland for the sack. I guess they'll give him a yard on the scramble.
But, John, plenty of time. Time is of the essence for Northwest. Yes. You're going to see an onside kick no matter what here. Technically they can kick a field goal. Oliver again, this time can't get away.
Wesley Anderson on the tackle for a loss. He made up ground quick there on Oliver. Another look. This swing pass has been what they've run just about every play.
You can only run it so many times before maybe somebody says, I think I know what they're going to run.
Some shot plays out there that they've just missed on slightly, but you're going to have to pick up a good yardage chunk.
3rd and 12. Heitland makes a couple adjustments, but just flat out misses his intended target. That's Green over the middle, Jordan Green. And it is 4th down, and this is most likely the ball game right here.
Got to leave the offense on the field. That ball is a tough one to complete, throwing across your body back into the grain of that defense. It's a tough play to make. Now 4th and 12, as you said, for the ball game.
The entire Waukee crowd getting on their feet. Yeah, this is probably it. 3:30 to go here in this one. Northwest needs a first down. Heitland back to throw. Looking over the middle. Triple coverage. Intercepted. Carter Johnson goes up to get it, and Waukee is 3:22 left for a win over their crosstown rival.
As a senior, you don't dream of a better moment to seal up a game like that. You get the interception against that crosstown rival, up 11. Night, put it to bed. Waukee is going to move on with the dub.
What a catch. What a catch by Carter Johnson. The senior, 6'4", 205, waves his finger and says, yeah, not my house. And the Northwest crowd of students starting to work their way out of the building as Waukee is 3:22 away from clocking this thing out.
Sledgehammer got out for Johnson, too. He gave it a good hammer down on that track and a nice chuck in the air. And Waukee getting a little redemption after last year, and they will move to 2-0, assuming nothing chaotic happens in the final 3:20.
Gamble gets the carry. We'll get upfield for a couple. Again, Northwest only one timeout. It's going to be really tough for the Wolves as Waukee will just try to clock this thing down as the Waukee crowd waves goodbye to Northwest.
Loudest we've heard them all night, I'd say.
What a game. What a phenomenal football game. Northwest, doesn't look like it's going to come away with the win, but they're better than I think a lot of people thought they would be for how young this team is.
An 11-point loss looks a lot worse in this game, we'll say.
Two back-to-back weeks of 11-point losses.
Yeah,
but
Northwest, all the credit to Coach Kopatich and what he's getting out of this team right now. They're going to be a dangerous team by his season's end because they're going to grow so much from games like this.
Beckett Baker with the carry, and Coach Kopatich will take his final timeout here. Again, you wish you had a couple more, but just kind of how it's shaped out tonight, and I think I have to talk to him next week because I'm calling his game against Roosevelt. That'll be something that he'll probably mention. We just got to be better on a couple small things, but.
Well, and if you're Coach Gabe Baker, too, out here, there's still a lot to clean up if you're a Waukee Warriors team because, yes, you've gotten away with some stuff here against this Northwest team. You've had some big plays really break it out. You've got all the dynamic you need. Again, cleaning up small things is going to be the difference maker. That fumble to start this game. You can't get away with that stuff against the Valleys, the Dowling, Southeast Polks of the world. And so you've got to clean those small things up if you really want to take this team to a dome here in 2024.
Seeing if I got any updates on Valley and Dowling. Urbandale trailing 34-28 with 7 minutes to go against Iowa City West. No update on Valley Dowling. We'll have Randy check that in a second. Just over 2.5 to go on this one. Third down. Northwest with the chance to get the ball back, and actually this will help. I believe that's a false start or something on Waukee, so that's going to back the Wolves up.
23-20 Valley. Dowling is going to get a possession.
All right. Southeast Polk defeats Ankeny 21-13. Good win for the Rams and an Ankeny team that 0-2. That's a tough start for the Hawks.
Another young team out there.
Very young.
And so them and Northwest are kind of in a similar boat this year.
And I think they play this year, so I think that'll be a big one that you circle. Johnston and Cedar Falls tied at 21. That'd be a big win for Johnston. Cedar Falls is a very good football team. Centennial 55-14 over Ames.
That one goes about the way we expected, unfortunately for Ames.
Baker, near side. Again, this is on third down. Baker pushing the pile. He's got the first. And a late flag. Late flag. I don't know. Maybe a face mask that pulled off Beckett Baker's helmet.
Possibly. You got to keep him healthy here, too. I'd almost rather give that ball off to Gamble.
Yeah, and sometimes they'll throw a flag just to say, hey, by the way, well, Beckett says horse collar. That's what he's making a motion of horse collar, but
yeah, that one
hurt
him
a little bit.
Yeah.
I think he got dinged.
He's coming over the sidelines, and
I don't think we'll see. I think you probably sit him.
Yeah, he got bent up a little bit in that pile.
Face mask on Waukee Northwest.
So you wonder if he took a claw to the chin or something like that too.
Well, that will pretty much that seals it after the no timeouts left for Northwest. So a lot of the Northwest crowd starting to make their way to the exits.
Backup quarterback has to come in because his helmet came off, and that's going to be Lucas Peterson, I think.
Number 16.
Baker's back in. All right.
Interesting. I
Maybe
guess it
because
came off
it's on the
after
penalty.
the play.
Yeah, maybe because it was on the
Yeah,
penalty.
maybe. Helmet came off because of the foul. All right.
Gotcha.
So the clock operator going to reset the clock back to 40 seconds.
That'll tick us down under 2 minutes.
Yep.
And again, kneel out all the way home here if you're Waukee.
And I'm pretty sure, yes, they do play for a trophy. I had forgot that if they did. Yes, it's a wooden key, if I remember. I don't see it anywhere, but yes, they play for a wooden key.
Well, how anticlimactic if they don't have the wooden key out here.
Yeah, that's...
I wonder if they'll have to sprint across the field like they
I don't
do
know.
for
I don't know.
the Cyhawk and Floyd of Rosedale.
Yep.
And
or sometimes they'll put it in the end zones. I don't know.
I guess we'll find out. We'll
Yeah.
follow the swarm of players as they
We'll
migrate
see where
toward
they go.
it.
Or maybe it's just get it on Monday morning. Grant Gamble with the carry up the middle on first down, and he'll get a couple.
I guess I'm not sure why run plays. Just take the knees and
Hey, you
salvage
don't want to
some
get
health.
hurt, but yeah.
Salvage
definitely.
some health. Not that you expect an injury, but don't want to open up that opportunity.
I see a couple phones watching Valley and Dowling in our student section.
Well, there you go. That
so that's
game
kind of
also
funny.
on.
It looks like Dowling's literally inside the 5, so I don't.
You can see that game
I don't
better
know.
than I can.
I think that kid just made a touchdown. I think
Let me
Dowling
see if I
just
can
scored. I
find
think
it.
Dowling just won. I think Dowling just won. Yes, Dowling just won. I'm pretty sure, based off that kid's iPhone. Second down and 8. Gamble. What a night for him. Really, his touchdown was the big one. I mean, I think Baker's was huge, but a huge play there for Gamble to get Waukee back in it.
2 just giant runs, and that comes from a little bit of fatigue, too.
Yeah.
Back to that Valley dub. They're number 1 in the state for a reason.
Who won, Dowling or Valley?
I think Valley won it.
What?
Am I going psycho?
Maybe I'm wrong, but
Let
I
me see
thought
if I
Dowling was the one that – I don't know. We'll see.
Let's see what
Waukee will take one more play here.
Oh, you might be right. Dowling, I think, got
They're hyping up the crowd.
trying to find it.
We'll see. Maybe I'm crazy. Waukee, 6 seconds on the play clock. One more knee down.
Stay with us. We'll
that
find
does
you
it.
a final score.
Waukee, for the first time here on the gridiron, has defeated crosstown rival Waukee Northwest in an unbelievable game. 40-29 is your final score. And Dowling Catholic defeats Valley 26-23. What a game for Waukee. The student section hugging all about. What a game. 40-29 final score here for the Warriors. Phenomenal game. There's a good chance these two can meet again in the playoffs. You just never know, but boy, very, very impressive win for Waukee. But like we talked about, Northwest, very good just as much.
Yeah, absolutely. And a great game out of Northwest tonight. And honestly, though, Waukee was the superior team coming in. They finally were able to flex late in this game, but came with some nail biter and emotion. So it'll be really interesting to see how the rest of these seasons progress. I think Waukee can be a dome team if they clean up some of these small things. I think Northwest is going to get some foundational building blocks to grow off of into next year, more so than be a contender this year.
Waukee defeats Waukee Northwest. We'll take a quick break. 40-29. What a ball game. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Save big at DeArmond CDJR Ames. Receive 2.9% for 84 months on the new Dodge Hornet RT, Grand Cherokee 4xE, and Jeep Wrangler 4xE. New Ram 1500 4x4s at one low price of $35,990. New Ram HD Crew Cab 4x4 starting at $47,990. That's over $13,000 off. Plus up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Grand Cherokees at the all-new DeArmond CDJR Ames. DeArmondAmes.com.
The world is going electric, and Metro Heating and Cooling is leading the charge. Just like Tesla revolutionized how we drive, we are transforming how you experience comfort by offering electric air source heat pumps. Experience the unparalleled efficiency, comfort, and savings, and the best part is, it's more affordable than ever. Receive up to $3,000 off a qualifying Trane home comfort system. Join the electric revolution with Metro Heating and Cooling and enjoy a smarter, greener future today. Visit our website or call us now to make the switch.
Waukee defeats Waukee Northwest 40-29. Blake Walker, John Schaefer wrapping up with you, and a lot of coaches from the Waukee coaching staff. And John, player of the game, pretty simple. He won him the game.
Yeah, it's Beckett Baker is our player of the game tonight. What a night he had. One giant rushing touchdown to seal this one up tonight, but he also found 3 different receivers for passing touchdowns. His legs were working. His arm was working. He was dialed in tonight, and
he is
exhausted. Certainly, yeah, I don't blame him. I'd be exhausted just from his first quarter alone. So here we are, a big game, 40-29. Again, Waukee wins on the back of Beckett Baker. Great game by him, and of course, I'm sure his dad will have some positive words for him as well as the head coach of that Warriors squad.
Waukee moves to 2-0 on the season. Waukee Northwest will fall to 0-2 to start the 2024 campaign. Shout out to AJ and Rachel on our camera. For Randy, our producer, he's John Schaefer. I'm Blake Walker saying so long for Waukee Stadium, where Waukee defeats Waukee Northwest 40-29. Thank you for watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.